Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I am extremely late in doing these hangouts again this month. I'm an awful person. Terrible.
No, not Jeff.
Nothing like leaving it to the last minute, is there?
Well, okay, the last minute would actually be tomorrow, right before the roundup. That would be the very last minute, or after the roundup.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see now that ends kind of June, my time.
Mhm.
So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it will be actually, and yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when it's still May over there, it will be June over here.
Right. Man, I got to tell you though, I have had the most amusing past 12, 16 hours or so, ending with me getting suspended from Twitter. Yeah. Not permanently.
I wonder why you went quiet.
Not permanently, I just somebody was giving me some grief, and I politely informed him that I doxed his mother's asshole the night prior, and that she enjoyed it very much. And he got really double plus absolutely not mad, and reported me and got my my Twitter suspended.
Oh, you hurt his fifis, Jeff.
I did.
Oh, you big meanie.
He couldn't handle my big ideas, and yeah, his brain is in overdrive.
I find it amazing that anyone thinks that you actually take your Twitter seriously.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing that people still think that.
No, but everyone takes Twitter really seriously, don't you know? It's the same with Facebook, Twitter, all that social media. People take it really seriously 100% of the time.
It's so
the only
bizarre.
reason I still have Facebook is because I've got family and friends all over the world that, and phone calls are expensive. Long distance phone calls are expensive. So
my best friend forced me back onto Facebook. And now it's just her and another one of my friends. I have two friends. That's how I stay out of trouble on Facebook that I never use. It's occasionally I'll hop on there, I'll see something and comment fuck, her mother and grandmother can see that comment now. Whoops.
Oh yeah.
Well, you do have the option to delete it,
Fuck it, I always forget.
That's just
delete is an option.
So they are finally trimming the tree in the front yard right now. So I might actually have a little bit of trouble hearing now and then, but I'm glad they're doing it.
Whenever I
so you're taking them how long? How long's that taken them?
To finally get around to trimming that front tree. 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years.
Well, so a little while. Just a short wait.
Whenever I hear trimming the tree, all I think of is Christmas.
Yeah, no, the problem that we have in Oregon is that people like to plant certain trees that kind of shred in any kind of bad weather. The one that was really bad that we finally got taken down last winter was a giant cottonwood tree. And I
remember when they were pulling that thing down.
Oh my
that took forever, didn't it?
Yeah, it took them 2 weeks to cut that whole damn tree down. 2 fucking
Why
weeks.
did it take so damn long?
Because it was that big.
We had a massive oak tree in I think it was oak, tree in the neighbor's front yard that got struck by lightning and split almost completely in half. It was still mostly alive. It took them 4 hours to cut the entire thing. Granted, they cheated and used a tractor.
Right. Yeah, and this is like in somebody's backyard. So they gotta go all the way up, and they gotta chop it into pieces, and lower them all the way down. Like it just took them forever. The thing was seriously though so fucking big. I don't even know how tall it was. Maybe like 70 feet tall, maybe more. But the trunk was like over 2 meters thick in diameter. Like it was massive. Huge.
That's a sapling.
I have to send this to you.
That's a tiny tree.
Yeah, it's just a little tree.
When they were cutting the tree down in the front yard, even 4 foot chunks of the trunk, when they would kick it, let it hit the ground, it was shaking my entire house. The damn thing was so thick.
Oh my god.
It was thunk. The entire house was shaking. The dog's losing her shit, which was kind of funny.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
Poor doggo.
Mm-hmm.
She's retarded. She got over it in about 5 minutes.
I say again, poor doggo.
Yeah, I get super sad anytime my dog gets like overly stressed out and shit.
My mum's
Well,
dog stresses herself out. It's ridiculous.
Your dog
She gets
stresses herself out.
My mum's dog does, yeah. She'll sit there and she'll wind herself up and there's nothing there. It's like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What? It's like she'll just sit there and bark at something in the window and there is literally nothing there. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You idiot.
But there could be something there. There could be.
Yeah, they hear.
Yeah.
They've got really good hearing, and all they're doing is like when they're barking, like my house, go away, don't come any nearer, don't come any nearer, my house.
Yeah, the thing is, my mum lives in the middle of like 70 acres worth of land. The closest thing are the chickens and the cows.
They're probably barking at the chickens clucking away then.
My aunt's dog Barkley he barks, but that's just because he's excited. That's why his name's Barkley.
Yeah.
Like he'll bark at absolutely nothing just because he's excited that somebody walked through the door or somebody looked at him or he got petted.
His name is Barkley?
No. Yes.
That's cute.
He's a little I want to say one of those little Spaniard dogs. Kind of like a border collie Cocker Spaniel mix.
Holly goes absolutely insane whenever she hears anything resembling a car coming anywhere close. And she likes to jump up. She's a Belgian Shepherd.
Okay.
But now weighs 30 kilos.
Oh.
And she also likes to think she's a lapdog.
Yeah, that's a big dog.
Yeah, she is. She's put on about 5 kilos in the last few months because she's recently been spayed. But yeah, she often tends to forget how big she is.
Yeah, that's actually what happened to our dog recently. She had to get spayed. I mean, kind of recently. It was like 2 years ago, but she had to get spayed because she had like a tumor. And here in the States, like it's way cheaper to put the dog out, like to knock the dog out for a spay and neuter, because they're subsidized by the government for this shit, than for just going in for a surgery. So we decided to get her spayed, even though we never had a problem keeping other dogs off her. And then she got so fat, and then we had to take her in for an appointment with the vet. And we're like, yeah, we're a little concerned about like this right here, and we point to like the lumps on her hips. We're like, what is that? And they're like, those are love handles. Your dog is fat. Oh, okay.
I love that. That's awesome.
Poor Stella.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Holly's far too energetic, and she runs around far too much to actually put on a lot of actual weight.
Right.
So
I'm probably about to die.
Yeah, she. What, literally, or your phone?
Oh no, I'm talking about in the game. I'm hunting a cougar, and not an old woman.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait, literally? But no, it's like you open up the door, and she goes out. She clears the fence, which is about 4 foot high, and she just goes straight down the field, just like a cheetah. And then she'll kind of run around for 10 minutes and come back in, and she'll be like, I'm tired now.
Can you guys fucking hear this?
Huh?
Like, can you? Is my mic picking that up at all? Like, what's happening out there?
I can hear something.
I hear something in the background.
Man, I love this microphone. This microphone is great because that shit is loud as fuck. That is crazy.
I was gonna say, don't ask me.
That's a wood chipper, like fucking parked in front of my house, just getting a tree thrown through it.
Well, this is a great time to murder somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
No, best time to murder somebody is Halloween, because then you can leave them out and people think it's a decoration.
That's happened in the United States.
True.
A guy
not surprised me.
Hello, Big Bear.
A month, they thought it was a decoration.
It doesn't surprise me either. We are talking about America here,
Yeah.
Fair.
It doesn't surprise me.
No.
Yeah. But no, that's the best time to do it. If you're in a rush, you think, shit. Right, I'll leave them there, and it looks like a decoration, and I'll deal with them in a couple of days. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, speaking of doggos, I am actually going to get a full-blooded husky puppy soon.
Oh.
Love huskies. A friend of mine's got 2, and they sing, and they're loud as fuck.
Oh.
Red will love this little tidbit. Both parents are actually red huskies that come from AKC bloodlines.
Oh my god.
I have no
Nice.
idea what the AKC bloodline
American
thing
Kennel
has
American
to do
Kennel
with.
Club. Basically,
Okay.
very expensive purebred dogs.
Yeah.
But both parents are red, so I'm hoping for a red husky.
I
You
just
can
love
always
doggos.
hope.
I just love doggos.
Same.
Doggos are the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doggos are
I'm-
just the best.
They are. We do
I'm
not
of the
deserve
opinion.
them.
Yeah. I'm of the opinion that if you don't like dogs, I don't like you.
I love dogs. I want a dog, but my other half keeps saying no.
I want a dog, but I'm not allowed one because of where I live.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
So I kind of live vicariously through my mum and her dog.
What I'm getting is Red doesn't like Asian people.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
What?
Koreans and Chinese eat dogs. She said if you don't like dogs, she doesn't like you.
Well, clearly they really do like dog. Like,
Right.
a lot.
I was about to say,
They like dogs, just in the wrong way.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I love huskies as a breed, but they're so fucking energetic, and with my lifestyle, I don't think I would really have the time to put into like make sure I run them enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are high maintenance dogs.
Yeah.
I could cheat, and by cheat I mean I could just take them to my grandfather's house, let them hop in with Barkley, and they can go run with the horses and the cows. Like, have fun.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. See, I do that with Holly and Sylvester, apart from they don't really get on. Which is Holly's the dog, Sylvester's the horse.
Oh, you have a horse named Sylvester? That's awesome.
I do. I didn't name him. My mum bought him for me for my 21st birthday. He was already named. He was 2 years old.
Okay.
He was supposed to be a racehorse, but he didn't quite meet the cut. So,
Gotcha.
He's mine. He's mine. And the best thing is he's, for some reason, he knows that he can go over the fence while I'm riding him. But it's like when I'm not, it's just like I can't come any further. You know, it's in the way. You know, you've got to come here.
We have a American paint named Cherokee, and Cherokee's practically like my horse. He only likes me.
Oh, yeah, nobody else can ride Sylvester, which is really bad because obviously I can only go down there a couple of times a year. I would have him where I am, but livery's just too expensive. It's about 200-300 quid a month where I am, and that's just for the field and stables.
Yeah,
that's not even for like tack storage or anything like that. And I wouldn't leave anything anywhere there anyway because that's expensive.
The coolest horse we have is Barney. Barney is, I think he might have been the first horse my aunt ever had. He's old, so old kids can't even ride him. But if he's in the corral or anywhere near the fence and somebody's got their back to it, he'll like use his mouth to grab your shirt, your jacket, and start tugging on it like, "Hey, motherfucker, turn around and pet me." And if he knows you're taking pictures, he will strike a pose.
That's
my
cool.
My pony used to do that. She used to like bare her teeth and she was like grinning at the camera. It was really funny.
This idea of Mr. Ed.
They seem to be.
But it's like if you give like a horse like a big, you know, like a giant, one of those giant bulls. If you give them one of those, they're absolutely hilarious. They love them.
I really wish I had the ability to ride a horse. Like it's very, very, very rare, especially here in Lake Eugene. Going to the coast, there are definitely places in the coast where you can pay pretty reasonable prices to be able to go and ride somebody else's horse. But it's a pain in the ass.
I just walk a long circle around them because my dad got kicked in the balls once, and I saw that. So nope, never been on one since.
Oof.
My stepdad had his hip broken by getting kicked by a horse.
Oh man.
He walked behind one at a fair and not paying attention, and so the horse at the fair just went crack and it broke the hip.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can pet a horse, but that's it. I'm never going to ride one ever. Nope.
The way my mum describes horses: dangerous at both ends and uncomfortable in the middle.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Scandinavian guy. You know, Herman Lee from Dragon Force has his own Twitch channel, right?
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, he has.
A lot of
Herman
people
Lee.
don't know that.
Herman Lee has his own Twitch channel.
It's actually
Cool.
kind
I
of
don't know
cool.
if I know who that is actually.
He used to lead guitars for Dragon Force.
One of them. There are two of them.
Well, somebody has to play rhythm. I say Herman's more of the lead guy.
Well, they switch in each song.
True.
Depending on which song they are playing, they are actually switching on which one is on rhythm.
Okay, so I will rephrase to say Herman Lee is the Asian guitar player in Dragon Force.
Yes, he's the one with all the cool shit.
And the ridiculously long hair.
Yep. And he has a fun fact: when they play live, they actually the microphones he is singing into are a little bit taller than him, so he actually steps on his toes to sing into the microphone when he's background singing.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw them here in Denmark where I live. Front row. So that was pretty fun to watch. He's like about a foot or something like that. Smaller than Mark Hudson, the lead singer.
Yeah, he's a tiny, tiny fellow. Like, the first time I watched his Twitch channel, it was kind of funny because obviously Berserker 5150's been handling literally everything. And he goes, "Oh, Berserker, a fellow Van Halen fan." And like, finally, somebody fucking gets it. But like,
yeah.
he did he once did a stream with Matt Heafy from Trivium, and they kind of like a little guitar duel. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome, but Matt, you're getting your ass roasted right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of that fucking band that I can never remember. That like every metalhead's been like, you have to listen to Trivium, and I'm like, I've never heard it. I've been trying to figure that out for like.
I've listened to them once or twice, but it doesn't. It doesn't fall into my taste.
Huh.
I'm more,
like their sounds have changed from each album. Like their first album, they were like 14 and 16 when they made it.
Yeah, I'm much more prefer the band Sabaton instead.
I fucking love Sabaton.
We are waiting to get them here to Denmark again. I was at the last concert, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping to take my friend Cass and her little brothers to see Amon Amarth and then Sabaton.
Yeah.
Because like they've never been to metal shows. Like they're not really like into metal that much. So I'm like, all right, I want to take y'all to see Arch Enemy and Amon Amarth, so you can see one side of it. Then Sabaton, which is epic as hell. Like you gotta get into Sabaton.
Yeah. For me, it was the history behind it that got me into it from the beginning. But then the music was just so good. I kept coming back. And now I have their logo tattooed on my chest.
Yeah.
Oh, have you watched their Sabaton History YouTube channel?
I watch every single episode, at least an hour within the release.
Same. Like I wake up and there's a new one. I'm like, yes, fuck yeah, because it's really cool.
I've been listening to metal like since I was 4 or 5 years old. I lived. My first ever album was Master of Puppets, and now I'm at Sabaton, Dragon Force, I'm on the Amarth, Arch Enemy, stuff like that instead. Stone Sour.
I've listened to practically every genre of metal that's not connected to emo.
Not connected to emo? Okay, that's fair.
I hate that emo bullshit. It's so fucking whiny.
Yeah.
A lot of it is.
I mean,
and to be fair, my first introduction to emo metal, I was watching Rock on the Range on TV. It was just Anthrax. Fucking Anthrax. Super into it, obviously. And then it was Motionless in White. And I'm like, what is this bullshit?
At least it wasn't Black and White.
Oh, God. That lead singer, I want to punch him in the face so bad.
Speaking as a former emo, I still have some of that kind of music on my phone. Thank you very much.
Oh,
you like Jeffree Star?
I think the most emo.
Yes, I do like Jeffree Star. Thank you very much.
I think that was the most emo I ever listened to.
What was that?
Linkin Park.
Oh, that's pretty emo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty emo.
I was born in the late '90s. I had to listen to Linkin Park. I didn't have a fucking choice.
Oh,
I love
we
Linkin
all had
Park.
95.
choices.
I'm from
Love
95.
Linkin
I
Park.
didn't have a fucking choice.
I'm from
So glad I got-
97, and it's just like it would. Like my grandma would put in a CD, and it would go from her favorite Kiss to Offspring to Linkin Park, and then you could tell my uncle made the CD because next is fucking Rammstein.
I also have their logo on my chest.
You know, at one point, this girl I was dating for a while, her younger brother, he really was an emo, but he didn't want to admit it. And at one point, we were all saying to him, "But dude, you are literally the definition of an emo." And he
Like
just
you
went,
are.
"I'm not emo," and just stormed off to his bedroom and slammed the door, and then put on. And then he put on My Chemical Romance, and I'm like,
Oh my
"That's
God. You should have yelled. You just did the most emo thing fucking possible.
we did."
Like,
Yeah.
I would say, like now that I've gotten older, I guess I could say, regressed into listening to punk again. But when I was little, I didn't really quite understand what I was listening to because I was just playing the Tony Hawk video games,
Yeah.
and that had a lot of Rancid, Pennywise, Bad Religion. Like now, I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I liked it. Next.
Oh, look at that double handsome dude.
But
on
I
the
used to
screen.
listen to a lot of really bad music. I mean, not Aqua bad, but still quite bad music.
What do
Are
you
you
have
kidding
in
me?
your background?
Jeff dances to Barbie Girl. What are you talking about?
I love both Aqua and ABBA, and I don't care who knows.
There
Yeah,
actually is a
You
video.
like ABBA
with-
because you're a dancing queen. Just fucking admit it already.
We've
There
had some
actually is a
twerking
video.
to ABBA.
We have.
We have, and to Aqua as well. Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, the thing is, ABBA, I didn't used to mind them, but then they just got so overplayed after all the damn movies. Like
Wait, which one? ABBA or Aqua?
ABBA.
ABBA,
ABBA,
Mamma
okay.
Mia.
Yeah, Mamma Mia and Mamma Mia, here we go again, and there's probably going to be Mamma Mia, Who's Your Daddy, or some shit coming out next.
There actually is a video right now that has surfaced of Joachim Broden, the lead singer of Sabaton, singing Barbie Girl in a karaoke bar.
It's great. It's fucking great.
That
It's
sounds awesome.
amazing.
Just like his voice is so powerful. It's like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds horrible, but it's just hilarious.
The funniest, like the coolest Sabaton video I ever saw was them performing Blood of Bannockburn in Glasgow, Scotland, in front of a bunch of drunken Scots.
Yep.
That is probably the greatest sight you'll ever see.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
I need your opinions here.
Or you could watch 40 to 1, actually, when they played at Woodstock in Poland.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them like that. Like I forget the name of the song when they wrote about the Serbs in World War One. They're defending the capital. Basically, the government erased this entire regiment's name, and they all fought to the absolute death.
Yeah. I know which song. I just can't remember the name right now.
Yeah, like when they did that one in Serbia, and they're like, they have this famous Serbian actor like reciting this speech that the regiment's leader gave, and everybody in the crowd is saying it word for word. Like I got goosebumps watching. Like, holy shit, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So, actually, I don't know why, like it's embedded in my fucking brain, but the thing about ABBA that I really, really love is like when you get past all of their disco stuff, the rest of their catalog of music is actually really fucking incredible, like really good shit. But they're all anybody knows of them is like just the disco stuff. That's the same thing with the fucking Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Bee Gees. I was actually listening to the Bee
Bee
Gees
Gees
on the
are
way to work this morning.
amazing.
Fuck you,
Is
I
this-
love Staying Alive.
Yeah. All
My
their stuff is
favourite-
good.
Oh my lord.
Right. Favorite Bee Gees song? Go.
Staying Alive.
Staying
No,
alive. Because I have a reason for this. When you learn first aid here in Denmark, they actually teach you to pump their hearts to the beat of Staying Alive.
They do. Yeah, they do that in the States
actually, I've
too.
heard that. Yeah.
They do that in the States sometimes too.
You win again.
Yeah.
Oh, I love You Win Again.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that one.
I mean, I like how deep.
If
is
your
It?
life
Pretty
depended.
amazing.
Oh.
It's a pretty amazing song. I don't know. I don't know if that's my favorite though. I like it more than "Staying Alive." That's for sure.
Staying Alive is one of the very few songs that I hear and I will like openly dance in public to. Most of it is like to fuck off and like be goofy, but like something's very serious.
Now the question is, can you reach the pitch in that song?
Fuck no.
Not
I've done
at
it
all.
once.
I've done way too much death metal fucking and groove metal growls to be even get my voice anywhere near that fucking high.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Like I've done Sepultura's Roots Bloody Roots way too many times for that shit.
Rather Controversy says when he learned triage in the U.S. Navy, they used "Staying Alive." Yeah.
They use that here in the UK as well on a TV campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, yeah.
Was that one with Vinnie Jones in it? I think. Like,
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't remember.
Vinnie Jones.
And the best thing is, the Bee Gees were actually born in the Isle of Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Was it
Oof.
Freddie Mercury born in Morocco?
No. I think he was born in Israel.
I know he's born in someplace like that. I couldn't remember.
Freddie Mercury. Yeah, I think it was Israel.
I can't remember.
I'm looking.
Oh, speaking of Freddie Mercury, I like putting on a Spotify's classic rocks playlist when I'm at work for majority of the shift because nobody complains about that music. And
Tanzania.
everybody sings fucking
Tanzania.
Okay, yeah.
But he's
Who the
actually
fuck
British
is
by blood.
Tanzania?
Yeah, everybody sings fucking Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, it's the funniest thing ever.
He was born in Zanzibar.
Yep. And was British citizen.
Yeah.
That's what you should do to do a promo, Jeff. You should do a
Freddie
promo.
Mercury?
No, just with the kind of do the four faces like you get at the beginning of Bohemian Rhapsody, but they've all got to be Jeff.
Oh God.
And all of his personality.
Sounds terrifying.
Roundup promo. There you go.
Or you could do it like that and somehow try and I don't know if you can use it in After Effects, but actually kind of have it with Gillian. And oh my God, Dr. Mumby and that horse whisperer woman, like looking up and just have the mouths opening and closing.
Oh boy.
that'd
I
be
don't know.
terrifying.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's pretty terrifying. I like it.
Hey Jeff,
That would be. So
can you do a video on Dr. Sebi?
What's up?
Can you do a video on Dr. Sebi since you like disproving bullshit?
I have been meaning to tackle. I've been meaning to tackle Dr. Sebi actually. Yeah.
Because like once you do that, announce it on Twitter, and then you can get so many fucking idiots.
He can't do that for a while. He's been suspended.
Well, it's only 12-hour suspension.
Oh, that's right.
I'll be back soon.
Yeah, like fucking.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
amount
Why
of
did you get
people-
suspended? I didn't get to see all the good stuff before that happened.
yeah, that was.
Those tweets keep me occupied the last few hours at work. They really do. It's like my Twitter starts kind of popping up that little bird, and I'm just like, oh, Jeff's awake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I was fast asleep when that happened. What happened?
Although, watching Mems go toe to toe with what's it, Lauren Chen, that was I was just like, whoa,
God.
okay,
Yeah.
wow.
With anyone on Twitter is
Wait, what? Mims went after somebody on Twitter?
No, she didn't go after somebody.
No,
she messaged. She publicly messaged Lauren Shen and was like, "Buddy, I really got to tell you, like, having Stefan Molyneux on is kind of bad fucking news. The dude is into pseudoscience and he's a fucking giant racist. Like, it's probably a bad idea." And Lauren decided to take great offense that Memory had deemed to tell her what she should or should not do with her channel.
Thank you, gorgeous.
And got pretty incensed by the whole situation. And yeah, I mean, that's really pretty much about it. Like, nothing else really of note happened specifically in that, except that Mems got rather pissed off. And then I jumped in and had a few words, or tried to have a few words with with Lauren. I also realized that she had unfollowed me, which is fine. I'm not upset about that or something like that. But you know, it was weird. It was very weird, and it was all centered around a dude who is a legit race supremacist. And I'm like, this is strange. Why would somebody do this? Why would anybody ever do this? This is like poison for a fucking career. I don't understand why anybody would actually like legitimately try and get this dude on their program anymore. And I still don't know why. I don't know why. But anyway, Molyneux saw me talking about him and he retweeted me. And so I got to have some fun with him. I recorded because he got really upset that I said that he thought blacks were inferior. He's like, that is preposterous. I never said that. And so
She did.
And so I recorded an apology video explaining how sorry I was. That actually he thinks that Asians, Ashkenazi Jews, and Caucasians are superior to blacks, not that blacks are just simply inferior in general. So my bad, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, because I saw the apology video, but that was about it. That was all I saw, and I was laughing.
I mean, technically, Asians are better than everybody else when it comes to test scores. So,
yeah, but that is because the way they are done in Asian countries.
Well, it's just their culture.
No,
Yeah,
it's not culture. They
are
have got
overworked.
really, really good techniques when it comes to maths on how to learn how to do it. And I can't get my head around.
Yeah, I know, because when I was little, I was having trouble with some stupid math in like second grade, and I was sick and waiting to go home. And we had a Japanese exchange student, and she was waiting to go home to catch a flight to go back to Japan. And she before she left, taught me two things: how to solve this simple math that I probably should have known myself, and how to do origami. Which I don't mean that to be racist. She legitimately taught me how to do origami because I was fucking horrible at it.
Okay.
But no, there's one thing I've seen, which is like if you're trying to do like long multiplication with like, I don't know, 127 times 462, you do this thing where you draw lines in a certain thing with gaps in between them, and then how many crossing points there are gives you the answer. And I've watched it and watched it and watched it. I can't replicate it, but it works apparently.
I replicated it and it actually works.
Yeah, I've had a teacher
most of the time.
I had a really good teacher in third grade when she was teaching us. Like, she's like, if you're multiplying inside 1 through 10, she's like, you can use your hands, and that'll like if it's 2 times 7 or whatever, like boom, there's your answer. Just count your fingers. It's like, oh fuck.
Like, one thing most Asians learn though is that instead of 5, instead of they're counting to 5 on each hand, they are actually counting more like to 15 on each hand. Because of they use this part in here.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Oh yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That makes sense.
So that makes it much easier for them in the lower grades to actually multiply up on the higher numbers.
Cool. Okay. All right.
There's also a really weird thing with percentages. Let me try and remember.
I just don't do maths, so I let my calculator do it all for me.
See, the thing is, I actually remember my math teacher saying to me, you will never walk around with a calculator in your pocket. I am praying to the day that I see her in a supermarket and then go, ah!
Hey, Ward, I've done that. I've had a math teacher in my line at work, and I was like calculating somebody's stuff up with my calculator on my phone because she was trying to pay X amount on in money, and I had to figure out what was left to do on a debit card. And I looked over at her and I was like, remember when you would always yell at us that we wouldn't have calculators in our pockets?
Oh yeah.
You won't always have a calculator with you. What a bet.
I think the moment for me in math was in our public school here. It's from 0 to 9th grade, and in 7th grade, I actually proved the Pythagorean theorem in front of my class, and my math teacher thought I was stupid. So to look at her face after that, after I proved something on university level instead, was brilliant.
Oh, that had to feel good.
Best bit for me was when I had my went into year 8 maths, and my teacher walked in and she was about 3 feet tall. I'm not kidding. She was so small. She had to wear, it's like, you know, you get the shiny kids wellies. She had, instead of, you know, adult wellies, she had to buy those because her feet were so small.
I had a very small, older lady as an economics and civics teacher, but like, so like everybody at first like, this little lady, she's not like, it's gonna be an easy fucking class. She'll be one of those pushover teachers. Dear God, she could have made a fucking drill sergeant in the military get in line. Like,
little women are absolutely terrifying.
But she was a great teacher. Like most civics classes I ever was in, you had to write papers or do a test when it comes to like final grades. She actually took bills that were up in Arkansas Senate for like, and like made us debate them.
Crazy.
So I got stuck with being pro medical marijuana, and like I looked at her and smiled. I was like, "You know me way too well."
Well, that is the standard here in Denmark, actually. When you go to 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, you actually have to research everything in the political spectrum in school, so you actually can form an opinion on it.
You see, here we don't get that. We don't get taught how voting works. We have to figure that out later.
No,
that is actually very normal that parents walk with their children to the first day they vote here and actually not show them, but lead them all the way up to they go in the booth to vote. That is actually very normal here.
I'm into that for me. The maths thing, I just sussed it out. 1% of another number. If you can't figure it out, reverse it, it comes up with exactly the same answer. A good example is what's 18% of 50? No one can figure that out in their head, but you can figure out what's 50% of 18. And it's the same answer.
Why didn't I have that when I was walking in school? That is like really easy.
And I never got taught that. I found that like on a social media thing. Another really good one, I've got to thank my maths teacher so much, because when it comes to trigonometry, like all that triangle maths bollocks you have to do.
I hate trigonometry.
I was really good at trig.
Oh, I hate that.
The thing is, it was always how to figure out sine equals the opposite over the hypotenuse, the cos equals the...
Yeah, I'm lost.
Right? All that stuff. It's remembering how to find that out. And the word is Sokotoa. And how to spell Sokotoa is with a little rhyme.
Oh, I remember Sokotoa. I hated Sokotoa, but I remember it.
Yeah, but how do you remember how to spell it? Because my
I just remember learning it.
My math teacher decided it would be a really good idea, legitimately, and it was, to teach a bunch of 14-year-olds sex on hard concrete always hurts the orgasmic areas.
That's very weird, but I would remember that.
I'm 37. I got taught this shit when I was 14. I still remember it to this day. Right? It's an
I wish I had you.
Damn.
Okay, I went to private school. We never had anything like that.
I went to public school. We had dumber shit than that.
Well, I say private school, but technically over here, public schools are private schools.
Where are you from?
UK.
Ah. Yeah,
when you hear about public school boys, that means well-educated people with the likes of Eton. If you're hearing state school, that's basically what the Americans call public school.
Well, here in Denmark, we have a difference on public and private school, but...
Jeff looks so confused.
Yeah.
Did we break you, Jeff?
Public schools are private school? What?
Yeah. So it's like over here, it's like, we don't know why it's that way, but it's like our public schools are like your private schools. Okay. And state schools over here are like your public schools. So it's like you know. So I don't know why they're called public schools, because technically they're not open to the public. But I don't understand.
You drive on the wrong side of the road, and now you have the wrong name for schools.
I'm fucking confused by y'all.
Considering our schools were around before yours, well, you know. So.
Hey, I'm glad. I have free healthcare.
Okay, all right. You know what? That's not fair. That's low. That's low, man.
For me, it's not. I have free healthcare as well.
We actually get money for going to university.
I could get paid to go to college.
But then again, like, don't you guys have like an insanely high amount of taxes? Like 50% of your income is taxed or something?
Nope, 39.
39? Wow, that's
Is that flat across the nation though?
We actually have 3 separate groups of taxpayers. We have the low income and the students and the lower class, the working class. They are on 39%. If they have debt, they can go up to 42%, and then you go up to a little higher class. I don't remember the specific numbers, but they pay around 50%, and then the ones who earn, we talk $500,000+ a year, pay 65% in taxes.
Now, for me,
Okay.
we pay at a lower rate here. I'm paying a rate of just over 20%, including tax and national insurance. Now,
Yeah, but that's both of those combined, though, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Is it like I
So
said,
it's like tax is probably what, about 15, maybe?
yeah, I mean, we're allowed to earn. What is it? 12?
Yeah.
12 is it here? currently?
12 and a half. It's just gone up 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our allowance. So people can earn 12.5 grand a year without paying tax on it.
Just a second, I will find our number out.
Real quickly on the college thing, I actually could go to college, to any college I would want for free. All I had to do is turn in some paperwork as a family we have to the government, and boom.
Yep. Here too.
Well, but for me, it's because we're over a certain percentage of Native American. So
I was
it's
just
kind
about
of
to
like
say it's because you've got Native American family, isn't it?
It's like
You can do
sorry
that, yeah.
for the mass extermination of your peoples. Here's free
Have
college.
Well, here, everyone
Have
who
free school. There you go. That makes it all better.
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh, hey, I didn't know my mic picked that up. Sorry.
Okay.
everyone here in Denmark, they can earn up to about $6,500 a year without having to pay taxes at all. So we have an amount each month. It's split into 12. That amount they can't pull your taxes from. Everything else is done automatically. Everything is done. Like we don't have to save our money to pay taxes at a certain time of the year.
We only do if you're self-employed. You've obviously got to work it out yourself. But we've got PAYE, pay as you earn, so that's automatically deducted from your pay slip.
Yeah.
Now, what gets me though is that one thing I've got to ask the Americans, and it's a completely different topic to this, but I don't understand homeowners associations. They sound horrendous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't get those either. I'm just like, what?
What I know
you're telling me what I could and could not do with a house that I owned, I'd be like, no, fuck you.
All right, okay. I have a funny story about this. Zoltan Bathory.
Fuck you.
Zoltan Bathory is the rhythm guitarist in Five Finger Death Punch. Even though he's from Hungary and he lived in communist Berlin for a while, he's as American as American can get. His homeowners association was making him pay fines for parking a tank in his fucking driveway.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See, now my response to that would be, fuck you, I'm not paying that, or you meet the business end of my tank.
Yeah.
He's like, so like when I saw them in concert, he actually was having to pay somebody to drive the tank on a fucking flatbed truck with them on tour so that he could, because it was still cheaper than paying all the fines.
Yeah, see, now my response to that would be, I have a tank, you don't. Screw you.
Like, I have a tank, a Bentley, and a Lambo. Fuck all you guys.
Sabaton brings 2 tanks on every single tour. Audie and Murphy.
And for people who don't know who Audie Murphy is, you're A, horrible Americans, and B, he's the most decorated American soldier to ever fucking exist.
Yep, and the song is called To Hell and Back.
It's the name and some of the lyrics are taken from Audie Murphy's poem. From by the same title. He also was a very well-known Western actor. He also portrayed himself in the movie To Hell and Back. Yep. And sadly, the Nazis couldn't kill him, the Italians couldn't kill him, and he died in a plane crash.
Damn.
Oh, that sucks.
Crosses grow on Anzio. Try and look it up, or just watch the video on it on Sabaton History. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's split up like first you hear about the history about the song, and then you hear about how it came to be from either Par or Joachim from Sabaton.
I fucking love it because it's not all just big stories that people know about. There's also like tons of lesser known stories, like the smoking snakes about the Brazilians that fought
Yeah.
in World War II. And one of my favorite Sabaton songs is Panzerkampf, which I can't pronounce the fucking name of the battle in Russian, but it's basically where the Soviets beat the absolute dog shit out of the Nazis, and that was like their first major defeat that kind of signaled the end of the war.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what that was called.
Is that the field of Provorovka or something like that?
Yeah.
And what always annoyed me is like there's certain people who hear the song and they get like super offended because they're talking about doing it for Mother Russia and the Soviets will advance and all that shit. I'm like, they're talking about killing Nazis. Who cares if it's communists doing it or not? They're killing Nazis.
Yeah, I don't understand people getting super salty and pissed off about that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I mean, they talk about certain things in their songs from certain perspectives. They also have a couple that is from the German side or from the Russian side, the American side. They have from all sides. And I think that's important really to listen to in some parts, because you can really learn a lot from their songs and to spike the interest to go further into your own research about it. You can learn so much more about it.
The thing is, though, it's not just music that does that. Even comedy does that. Red will know this one, I'm sure. Jeff May. But there's a comedian show here called Mitchell and Webb.
Yeah.
They did this bit where they're there in the war, and they're there in kind of what is obviously meant to be Nazi regalia, but they're trying to not make it too blatant because they don't want to, offend people too badly. But they're going, I've been having a think. With this war, are we the baddies?
But it's like things like hello, hello.
Oh God, yeah.
I love hello, hello.
Hello, hello is amazing.
Hello, hello.
What is that?
It's when was it made? It was like.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me check.
But did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the early 80s.
You know Gruber?
Yeah.
I know him.
Oh wow.
I actually know Guy Siner. Yeah.
That's cool.
He used to babysit my younger brother and sister.
Oh.
And he's married to one of my mum's best friends.
Okay.
Jeff is the only person in this chat who would get this, but I knew Handsome Jimmy Valiant.
You what?
I knew Handsome Jimmy Valiant, the old school wrestler.
Really? No shit. That's cool.
I met him when I was really, really young, and the first thing I asked him was if he knew Stone Cold, which of course he did.
Of course.
And then later he would still do signings and stuff, and I would meet him. Like he remembered me as the little kid who asked that question. And, like I loved his stories of just being in its golden era, like talking about like how when they were heels, having to fucking literally fight the cops and the fans to get out of the venue.
Oh sure. Yeah. The golden age shit, man. That's wild.
Dude,
get off.
Southern wrestling was taken very seriously.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. It probably won't mean much to anyone apart from Ward, but I used to serve David Seaman lunch.
No.
Sunday lunch. Yeah.
David Seaman lunch? What?
David Seaman, he was football player. He was the England goalie for years. But I used to serve him lunch, Sunday lunch. He used to come into the pub that I worked in.
Oh, I met the radio DJ and actor Mike Reed many times.
I've been able to serve and hang out with an NFL player. He's from Arkansas. He doesn't play in the NFL anymore. He retired, but he also went to the University of Memphis. He was one of the guys that made the NFL have October be Breast Cancer Awareness Month, where they would wear pink.
Oh, that's
because his mother and all 4 of his aunts all died of breast cancer.
Damn.
Oh shit.
And so like he would do that. Like he dyed the tips of his dreads pink so that every game he played, like you could see the pink dreads sticking out, and everybody
That's
knew
cool.
why he did it.
That's cool.
Oh, does anybody know the band or remember the band Baby Bird? They had a one-hit wonder here in the UK.
Baby
I've
bird.
heard of them.
You're gorgeous. I'd do anything for you.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
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 I actually helped set up a set for them at a show in my hometown.
That's cool.
I was doing some
Nice.
volunteer work at a local kind of theatre place, and it was I got to meet them.
Hmm. I
Biggest thing I ever did was drink beer with Ramstein.
You what?
I
Yeah, okay,
drank
you
beer
win.
with Ramstein.
Yeah,
Cool.
you win. Screw this.
Yeah, okay, you
yeah.
win.
To one of the last shows in Munich. I thought I had told you this.
No.
Well,
What are you talking about?
I was about 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, and took my shit to Germany to watch one of their shows. And front row VIP tickets, I drank beer with them after the show.
That's fucking great. Holy shit. Oh my god.
So, Till is one of the nicest men you can ever meet in your life.
I was actually
believe
about to ask about that because he gives off such a serial killer vibe on stage and in videos.
Yeah.
I was about to is he really as sweet as everybody says he is?
It's not a persona he puts on as such. It's more of a side of his that is really strange to dig into, but he is one of the nicest people I have ever met in my life.
Damn.
They don't try to push you on anything. They just thought I would like a beer and said, hey, come on in. We were me and 3 or 4 others. That was about it.
I'll
That's
tell you what I
fucking
saw a while
badass.
ago. I've seen a video of a Five Finger Death Punch concert, and something happened in the audience that Ivan actually sees. He stops the concert and puts the lights up, and he says, "You just picked up that smaller guy there and slammed him down on the ground on his head. You're not even moving. You're going to apologize to him,
Mhm.
and if he accepts your apology, you can stay." And he just goes off on one. I'm like, "There's pieces of shit like you is what gives people like us a bad name." It's like,
Yeah.
Good for
oh,
him, man.
shit. No, he just
I-
stopped the concert dead.
When I saw Five Finger Death Punch, Ivan brought up on stage. I've told this story before. He brought up on stage this older lady. Her son had already done a success. It's a tour of duty, but he wasn't actually actively deployed, and he had re-enlisted in the military. Well, this was last year. This is in December 2nd of last year. So in July of that year, of 2018, her son died in a car wreck.
Oh.
And his favorite song by Five Finger Death Punch was their cover of the Offspring song "Gone Away." So Ivan sung. So they played "Gone Away" with her on stage. Like Ivan was singing to her, like hugging her after the obligatory USA chants.
Yeah, cool.
Wow, dude.
That's gonna be a given. And like so, as she's walking past the pit, which is where our tickets were. And so me and a couple of other people reach over and we gave this lady a hug because she was like bawling her eyes out. Like I felt horrible. Like I felt good that she could see that the support from people, but I also felt horrible that she was just bawling her eyes out. So I had to hug the lady.
Yeah.
And Ivan did a bunch of stuff like that. Like they played their first song once the curtain dropped, huge explosion of pyro, and then he like all you guys way the fuck up there in the nosebleeds. We have a large empty space down here in front of me. Why don't y'all come down here and help fill up the pit? So I rest in pit were like, yeah, fuck it. We can actually get this shit circling finally.
That's
and
cool.
security was stopping him. He's like, no. Security, I appreciate you doing your job. I know that's why you guys are here, but I need you to step the fuck aside. I invited them down here.
Right.
That's
right.
epic.
That
And
is the right way to do it.
He brought a bunch of people on stage that had the handprint face paint. And they were up there for a couple songs, jamming out. He jammed out with some little kids.
It's just incredible, man. I mean, the thing is that metal gets such a bad name, but metal bands tend to be the ones who seem to appreciate their fans the most from what I've
It really does feel that
certainly more
way.
than that part.
It really does feel that way a
It
lot.
depends on which artist it actually is, but yeah, for the most part, it really feels like it.
I think a lot of that comes from like a lot of heavy metal guys and metal guys. Like they come from punk. Like a lot of them, like they start enabling like, what's some of your influence? They're like, oh, country music, Johnny Cash, and then they'll go like, oh, punk, The Clash, fucking Bad Religion, and then like in punk, like, and even in country music, it's both that same thing of like, I'm here because of you guys.
Yeah.
Well, old country, not today.
I really only got introduced properly to Five Finger Death Punch because they covered Mama Said Knock You Out with
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine, yeah. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I guess I'll actually listen to a little bit of this band. The name was kind of a turnoff at first. I'm like, is this some new metal shit?
Do you know where they got the name?
Limp Bizkit, don't worry.
No.
Do you want to know where they got the name from?
Yeah, I know that.
Zoltan and Ivan both are massive fans of like golden era Chinese martial arts films. The really campy, really cheesy ones.
Oh, sure.
And so in Kill Bill, there's the 5-finger lotus punch.
Sure.
That's what the bride kills Bill with and makes her heart explode. And so like, oh, that's really cool. But that sounds really fucking stupid as a heavy metal band name. So then Zoltan was thinking, he's like, what about 5-finger death punch?
Well, I mean, like it's the 5-finger death punch like in kung fu movies has been around for fucking ever too. So I mean, like it's cool. I as somebody who loves Wu-Tang Clan, anything that has kind of a connection to old school Chinese, kung fu movies, like yeah, I get it. But I don't know. I just thought it was going to be a new metal thing, so I never listened to him.
But what got me introduced to 5-finger death punch was actually Guitar Hero Live.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, that was actually Guitar Hero 3 was the one Guitar Hero that actually got me into Dragon Force to begin with, and then I just discovered everything from there.
Yeah,
and I love this world.
Those games have introduced me to so much music.
Yeah, also a lot of old school music in particular. Some Kiss songs and stuff like that. It was amazing.
How I learned a 5-finger death punch was when I was really, really little and living with my grandma. If we were doing stuff around the house or like playing cards or Rummy Cube or some game or even cooking, we would put the TV on Sirius XM's one of their metal channels.
Mm-hmm.
And like they started playing 5-finger death punch. We were like, oh, hey, that's actually really fucking good. Let's go illegally download all their music. And what made it stick out in my mind is before them, it was Rammstein's Pussy. And then after 5-finger death punch's Way of the Fist, it was one of Volbeat's songs.
Which one of them? There's a lot.
I don't remember, but it was one of their first few albums. I love Volbeat, so like to me it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Pussy.
For me, I mean, I'm really eclectic with my music taste. I like a lot of different stuff. Bed, do you remember the movie called Human Traffic?
I do.
You know they're doing a sequel, right?
No.
Officially announced.
When?
I thought you were about
like
Centipede.
3 weeks ago. They actually got a bunch of people down for a screening of Human Traffic for the anniversary. And then as the lights came up, they came out on stage and like, guys, thank you so much for coming out. We've got an announcement to make. We're doing Human Traffic 2. Danny Dyer's signed on already.
Awesome.
Oh, that reminds me. Either Ash Campbell will be in Mortal Kombat 11 or they're making another Evil Dead game for the PlayStation.
Ooh.
Wait, hang on, back up. Mortal Kombat 11 is already released.
Yeah,
I know, but Bruce Campbell said something about working, like him and Ash are working on a new game, and so people have thought, like, well, maybe Ash Campbell is just going to be a character for like a DLC character in Mortal Kombat 11. But from what I've read, it's more likely they're making another Evil Dead PlayStation game.
That would be incredible.
Ooh.
You know what? Of all the Evil Dead films, the one bit that sticks in my mind is from Evil Dead 2. When Ash cuts off his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Which is around, he puts a bucket on top of it and then a pile of books.
Yeah,
and most people miss the comedy beat in that bit. The book on top of the pile.
What is that? I mean, like, is it like an old
the book on top of the pile is a farewell to arms.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Wow. That's great.
Yeah, I know, right?
Holy shit. That's funny.
Well,
Oh my
like
God.
just like in Ash versus the Evil Dead. Or no. What's the third one? That was the straight comedy one.
Oh God, that's the one when he goes back in time and shit,
Army of
isn't it?
Darkness. Like
Yes.
when he's
Yeah.
fighting like the little copies of himself, there's so many little like quips and references that a lot of people miss that
Oh,
are
God, yeah.
fucking hilarious.
The thing is that what got me with the second one, right? The third one was just camp and ridiculous and hilarious. But what got me with the second one is he goes back to the cabin when he had that hellish time with his, schoolmate. But his like honeymoon or some shit. It's like, why would you go back there?
Wait, in Evil Dead 2?
Yeah.
Well, because technically speaking, in the Evil Dead universe, the movie Evil Dead has been made 3 times.
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 is actually not a sequel to Evil Dead 1. It's a remake of Evil Dead 1.
Oh.
Yeah, it's total do-over, which is crazy because there's also several different versions of that movie, depending on which cut it was, because some have
that
like the tree
makes
rape
sense.
scene, some take it out. And then also that the first Evil Dead was a remake of the college film that Sam Raimi and Bill Campbell made in college. So yeah, it's actually been
cool.
made 3 times. It's
You
crazy
learn something
shit.
new.
And then they did the more recent remake, which is very different and very fucked up and really good.
And that recent remake is the inspiration for one of Mushroomhead's videos.
Is it?
Yes, I will find that song.
Okay.
It's actually a really good song. They got a female vocalist on it.
Oh damn it! I
What'd
just
you
checked
do?
Netflix and they only have Ash vs Evil Dead. They don't have the movies on it.
Oh. But
It's
yeah,
because it's Netflix and they suck.
yeah, Netflix is really pissing me off lately. I never find anything decent on there. It's driving me fucking crazy.
I know,
Yeah,
it's like you scroll through everything, you're like, I've watched that. Why is there anything fucking good on here?
Uh-huh.
And what annoys me with Amazon Prime Video is that you're finding that you want to watch and like, oh, you've got to pay extra for this one.
Yeah.
No.
I
it's like,
have
no.
Hulu for free, so I watch a lot of stuff on that.
I have an app called Showbox, which has pretty much got like
Allegedly.
everything you could want on it.
Allegedly. You allegedly have an app called Showbox.
Allegedly.
I may or may not.
I use
May or may not.
I use
But I also
titanium. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also use a VPN, so they can't trace me anyway.
Cool. I need to get one. I really need to get one soon.
All right, Jeff, I'm gonna put it in the Discord and tag you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if that's the point, I got sent something that I sent you by a DM in Discord. Just something I think you'd like. Something that a mate of mine sent me on Facebook who knows I hate pseudoscience.
Okay. For sure.
Just a little
truthfully, when it comes to watching stuff, I've mostly been watching shit on Funimation.
You anime. Ew.
Shut up! I'm catching up with Dragon Ball Super, asshole. Goku's still a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but
anime.
Jeff's main exposure to anime recently has been the Midweek Saints when Anime Moon keeps posting him shit anime.
Methinks he doth protest too much.
I just can't, guys. I can't. I'm trying.
You can when we make you.
Well, yeah, but I don't enjoy it.
So
I think
you say.
do.
I think you
you're a little
do.
bit masochistic, Jeff.
Yeah, I think you do. You know.
I think he's just being a fucking. What's the right word? I think he's pretending to hate it just to keep it going.
Yeah, I think so. I think
that's actually really quite clever for making money off it as well.
It's true legitimate hate.
See, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Seriously, where the fuck is that music coming from?
Yeah.
I'm fucking around on my guitar. I'm not really.
Oh, I was just like, what the fuck is that?
I keep forgetting that y'all can hear that carrot, so like accidentally start picking way too heavy, and that makes it even louder than it has been. It's like, fuck!
The one that I use is called Titanium TV. It's because I hacked my my Amazon Fire Stick, and you can rather quickly.
Surprised about that.
It was actually really easy to do. And that way I can just I plug, it's got my Fire Stick on my TV, and I just pretty much watch anything that I want. It's just, I don't usually like to use it very often though, because it's one of those things where since you're accessing a stream, if you need to stop and then pick it up later, either you leave it frozen on your fucking computer or your TV while you're gone and doing something else, or it's going to be a pain in the ass to fast forward to get back to where you were. It's not going to save your spot. So I don't really use it very often, but
well, we've probably got that on ours, to be fair, because ours is hacked as well. Although my one housemate's other half, he's currently at the moment binge watching Downton Abbey. Mostly because he misread it and thought it said Downtown Abbey, and he thought it was about a girl called Abby from downtown.
That's what I thought it was for a long time too. I thought everybody was mispronouncing that word, the name, and I'm like, what the fuck is a Downton? What the what?
It's about an abbey called Downton.
Okay.
How far through it is he, Red?
I have no idea.
Because I would have thought it might have maybe taken him 5, maybe 10 minutes to realise his mistake and stop watching.
Well, considering he had to rewatch the first episode 4 times because he kept falling asleep, no, probably not.
I think
if I watch a show 4 times,
have given up on at that point.
Oh, you only got about 5 minutes in each time.
Yeah, exactly. If I get 5 minutes into a TV show,
give up.
Once I'm tired.
Oh no! When he wants to do something or watch something, he perseveres. It's I will watch it, and then he gets sunk into it, and I'm just can't believe you're actually still watching this.
I forget the name of the documentary on Netflix, but it's basically about the atrocities committed against Germans after the war ended, which it's you get mixed feelings, just this Nazi officer was hung, but also all these German kids were hung too by the Czechs and the Russians, and it's I kept falling asleep. It's one day I drank a shit ton of coffee. All right, I'm gonna finally sit down and watch this stupid documentary. And at the end of it, I'm like, so basically, you're just telling me Nazis had Nazi shit done to them after they lost.
Yep,
I think I've watched that one.
I was why didn't you just lead off with that?
Yeah, a lot of real dark shit happened after that, and there really is not a whole lot that people ever talk about. And huh? What'd you say?
I think he sneezed.
Oh.
Did anybody watch Riverdale on Netflix, by the way?
No,
that's another one that he's watched. He's watched the whole thing. I'm just he watches such weird shit, and I'm just like, what are you watching now?
Right, good. The second season got weird, and then I'm invested, and I've had to watch all of it as it got released because I wanted to know what happened. I'm emotionally invested now.
I haven't watched anything past the first season. I will admit, I watched the first season, but after that, I was just like, I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah, just don't pick it up again, please, because it gets too weird.
It keeps coming up on my Netflix thing, though, and I'm just like, fuck off.
What's up?
Do you still have your PO box?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I have finished reading a book that I want to send to you if you would like to do a video on the topic.
Okay. What's the topic?
The Nazi doctors, medical killing and the psychology of genocide. It goes into the psychology behind each one of these scientists, their human experiments.
Oh, interesting.
You like pseudoscience stuff, and you have dipped into psychology some. And
yeah.
But the only issue is, let me see exactly how many pages there are. It's kind of a thick book. And if you take in part the index in the back, it's 561 pages.
Wow. Yeah, see, my problem that I'm having with books is there's a video that I've been wanting to make for a while, but it requires me to read a book, and I never have the fucking time to do it.
What book is it?
There's a woman who I want to say her YouTube channel is Channeling Eric, and it's all about how her son died. I think he committed suicide, and she was an expert in how to raise children and how to help your children excel, and she kind of had a mental break when that happened.
Yeah.
So she then started going around and talking to all these mediums and people who claim they can talk to the dead. And she decided she is fully convinced that she has been writing these books at the behest of her dead son, who is communicating with her through these mediums.
No.
It's really sad,
Uh,
like super sad.
Oh.
I need to read the book that was written by a dead boy.
Okay, so to give an overview of the book for everybody, there's 3 parts of it. Part 1 is titled Life Unworthy of Life, The Genetic Cure. Part 2 is Auschwitz, The Racial Cure. And part 3 is The Psychology of Genocide, which is probably the most fucked up part about the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because my long held assumption of they pretty much did it just to fucking do it was pretty much what the guy had to say.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's still not as fucked up as all my research into Unit 731, which is another topic I've brought up to you, Mr. Jeffrey Holiday.
Dude, dude, like, in the grand scheme of like things that you could talk about, that's probably the darkest fucking one anybody could ever bring up.
Yeah, that's why I don't like try to hold your feet to the fire with them. Like, this is so fucking dark, you're probably not gonna want to do it because you'll probably take like a 6-month break afterwards. Because what the Japanese did made the fucking Nazis look like choir boys.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Like I fell down that rabbit hole of research into that one specific lab. Like 10 years ago or something. I spent the whole day just like researching because I was fascinated. And I can still see some of the pictures that I saw in my fucking head.
Oh, did you get to the part where they technically had a biochemical attack in Oregon?
In Oregon?
I'm pretty sure it's Oregon or Washington. Basically, what the brilliant Japanese idea was we're going to fill these clay pots, attach it to a balloon, and it's going to float in the United States. It's going to land, it's going to break, and all of these disease and virus-infested bugs are going to infect the local populace. In fact, out of all of them, only one lady died. She was a teacher leading a field trip.
Yeah. The point of them was actually that they would fly high up, like I was about to say 15, 25 kilometers, something like that, and just flow over the United States and just fall down again when the balloon just popped. It was
it's terrifying to think that if it would have worked, what could have happened.
Yeah.
But it landed in like super rural Oregon or Washington, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Some of them actually landed in Oregon. They landed almost all over the United States, actually.
Japanese biological attack during World War II.
Have you seen Canuck in the chat? Whatever this rabbit hole is, I need to fall down it.
Canuck, get in contact with me, my friend. I can set you up with a plethora of books, YouTube videos to follow.
Yeah, it's these diseases were developed in Unit 731. Like, here, I'm actually just gonna save the I'm gonna send the link to Canuck. He can start there. Yeah, it was Operation Cherry Blossoms at Night.
Yep. Horrible name.
Bubonic plague, cholera, smallpox, botulism, anthrax, and other diseases in the bombs.
I'm never going to be able to look at cherry blossoms in the same way now.
Yeah, they drop these on Chinese combatants and non-combatants. Like, they use these a lot, biological warfare a lot on the fucking Chinese.
Oh yeah,
and that really sucks because I want to go and see the cherry blossom river in Japan, and yeah, that's
speaking of China,
it for me. Thank you.
One of the most I genuinely started crying watching it. It was a Chinese man telling the story of what happened when the Japanese took over the city he lived in. He watched his mother shot. He watched his mother ran through with a bayonet, and she was holding his couple-month-old baby brother. He may have been 1 at the most. So he later found them and found his mother barely alive, still shielding his little baby brother who he was like trying to, rescue essentially. And like seeing the man tear up and cry, you can like look in the man's eyes and like I could tell that he was reliving all of that horrific shit he saw that day.
Oh, sure.
Like, I genuinely started crying, and I'm normally a lot better with fucked up shit, but that really fucked with me.
They also apparently sent over some incendiary bombs, and this killed 6 Americans, civilians near Bly, Oregon. So yeah, that's crazy.
You know what? I've got this theory that if wars are going to start happening between nations more, what they should do, just get the leaders of the two countries and make them fight to the death, because they're the ones that want to fight. Why are they getting other
you do know that USA would lose immediately because
that depends on who we send. If we send Trump, we're fucked. If we send like General James Mad Dog Mattis, he'll fucking look at somebody, their heart will explode. The fucking warrior monk.
I'm a firm believer of Hawkeye from MASH's, resolution to any kind of conflict.
Which is?
Drinking contest. Last one standing wins. Last one standing wins.
The Russians and the Scottish will rule the world.
Exactly.
Have you ever hang on. Have you ever been out on a Friday night in an English seaside town?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I live in an English seaside town.
Yeah, but
have you ever heard the joke of God created the world in 6 days? On the 7th day he rested, and on the 8th day he created whiskey to keep the Irish from ruling the world?
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's Irish and Scottish, because I think the original joke was to keep the Celts from ruling the world.
Yeah, but they just drink they kind of pace themselves and drink all the time. Binge drinking and drinking
He's not wrong.
in a really short space of time is what the English do really well.
Who the fuck?
Well, the Danes
He's wrong.
does
It's
that
not
really
wrong.
well also.
God damn it. Bullshit.
I mean,
I'm mostly Irish, Scottish, and
forward,
Finnish.
So.
I'm half Irish, so that might come part of my bloodline in there. But I remember
I'm mostly Irish, Scottish, and Finnish. The rest of it's kind of Scandinavian and Armenian. Apparently, I'm not entirely sure where that kind of comes into play, but
the Vikings fucked a lot of people and took a lot of women.
That's probably what happened there. But so I kind of go for the fact that but alcohol consumption is pretty much what I was made for. It's what I was built for. Alcohol consumption.
I've made that argument to a few people, and they're like, "Oh, you're just blaming your alcoholism on your fucking genetics." I'm like, yeah.
I bring my taste for whiskey and vodka on the Norse Gaelic, and I blame my temper on being Sioux, Apache, and Norse Gaelic. I have a really good fucking temper. It gets shit done.
Yeah. It works. Yeah.
That is actually one thing I've never understood.
Why are you like this? Genetics. I'm embracing my ancestral culture.
Age is 21.
With whiskey.
I never understood that.
Neither have I.
Why the age limit of drinking is 21?
Oh, I don't understand it either.
Like to me, it's the same argument as some people use for firearms. You're fucking idiots. Like, oh, you can sign up for the military and go to war at 17, but you can come back. You can't smoke, drink, or own a rifle.
Right.
Yeah, because in Denmark there is no actual drinking age limit. You can drink alcohol from you are 4, but you can only buy it if you're over 16 for low alcohol content and over 18 for high alcohol content.
Well, in America, the age limit for drinking was 18 before Prohibition. It was after Prohibition it was changed to 21.
But it's like
talk about
over here.
Work.
Over here, you have to be 18 to buy alcohol, but you can actually legally drink alcohol in either your own home or another private residence from the age of 5.
However, there is still most stores will not sell an adult alcohol if they have a child with them. So if they
it depends on the age of the child. Depends on the age of the child.
I've actually seen it happen.
If it's like a kind of someone in mid-teens, then no, they won't. Because if that was the case, I'd never get served.
I mean, I've sold beer to a guy who's in there with his baby. I've sold beer to a guy who's in there with his baby, but
yeah.
And that is actually the weird part here. if I go out and buy alcohol for my, let's say, little sister who is 14, if I'm over 18, I'm responsible for whatever she does.
Right.
It's the same over here. So I think you can buy beer or cider for if you're over 18 for someone who's like over 16, but not kind of. It's not a you buy it and then immediately give it to them.
You can
If that
do
makes
that
sense.
here. As soon as the transaction is complete, I can give her the beer or cider or whatever in the shop still, because the transaction is
you
over.
can't do it in the shop. You can buy like beer or cider for someone who is over 16, but I mean, you're not allowed to like drink in public out here anyway. Over here anyway.
Oh, here you are. You can drink.
It's like you can't just walk along with like a bottle or something. Cans you kind of get away with, but bottles and that, no, you're not allowed to.
If I wanted to drink
so wild.
pure Captain Morgan from a liter bottle, I could do that out in public here.
I don't
No
have
one
a
bats an eye.
I'm moving to Denmark.
Yeah, right.
It's just like I think federally moonshine is illegal. It's illegal to make and to possess it as an individual. But individual states, it's legal. Like in the state of Arkansas, you can make up to and no more than 10 gallons of moonshine a year, but you cannot sell it to anyone. In fact, it's actually illegal to let someone take a drink of it, but that particular part of the law has never been enforced.
How would they prove it though? How can you prove that you've given it to someone to drink? It's just like, yeah, they stole it.
That's why that's not enforced. Like you can't prove like, you can say, oh, I got this jar from so and so down the street, but like if they're smart and they're still not at their house, you can't fucking prove it.
Nope.
That's crazy.
I mean, because I know a lot of times like farmers will have bags of corn set aside for deer hunters and people who make moonshine.
Damn.
Yeah, closest I got to that is my uncle making cider, which I think is more potent than some of the vodkas I've had.
There's an Irish kind of moonshine thing. I think it's called Potchie or something like that.
Potchie.
That stuff is...
That literally translates to like drunk or something along the lines, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's not nice stuff. It's very good at getting you drunk, but it tastes vile.
Duh.
Most do. I think the higher the alcohol content, the worse it tastes. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Usually, yeah.
Isn't that right, Jeff? I've still got that the clip from my birthday as my pinned tweet, by the way.
Oh dear.
I would like to say down here in Southland that we have moonshine of various flavors and tastes, and not all of it tastes like pure fucking death.
Yeah, I showed that clip to a friend of mine. She thought it was amazing.
I still think like the thing that drives me crazy about especially with the drinking age thing is, you can learn how to drive at 16, but then you can't drink legally until you're 21. I honestly think after seeing how many people get into fucking accidents all the goddamn time, we should reverse those in the States. We really do. And like we should destigmatize it. We should teach kids how to drink responsibly and to learn these skills like years before they get into a car. Years.
I mean, when I was 8, my dad tried to give me a taste of his beer, didn't like it. Tried me on cider, didn't like it. When I was 13, I was drinking white rum and Coke with him.
There's a picture of me at 18 months old with a straw and a pint of Guinness. An expression that says, I've just tasted this and I'm not sure.
When I was an infant and had really bad, I was teething and had really bad colic, my great-great-grandmother would take my great-grandfather's Jack Daniels and she would put a little bit on my pacifier.
Yeah, that works.
My grandfather used to do that to me. My mum tore him a new one.
I love Jack Daniels, and the family jokes like that's the reason why. But I would, if my great grandfather was drinking something, that was what I would drink after him, and like I at 2 downed one of my mother's strawberry daiquiris. She had a full big glass of it. I drank the whole thing, walking perfectly straight.
I tell you what,
And
the thing I remember was
when I was
that is
4, my great grandfather had a giant beer stein full of Old Kentucky Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
I took a massive swig out of that, and everybody that was there that day said that after that, I never drank after anybody else ever again.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet.
Hey, it's the Brazilian.
What's up, guys?
How you doing, buddy?
Even better now, man.
Hell yeah. And
Much
it's Nick.
obliged.
Hey, what's up, man?
Uh-oh.
Hi.
No,
Look, you're doing it again.
What's
fucking-
that? What's
You're doing
that?
it again.
Zaka.
Oi!
Suddenly, I find myself inside an Italian cantina.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not all what I was doing, but now that you mentioned it, yeah.
To get back on the whole alcohol thing, I just had to go out and take a cigarette.
Yeah.
Here in Denmark, we can actually make beer ourselves and stuff like that completely legal and sell it off if we want to.
See, we can make it, but I don't think we can sell it. Can we, Red?
Yeah, we can sell it here.
Not without a license, no. No,
Yeah.
to sell any kind of alcohol, you need to have a license over here. Because it's like
And
my
the
uncle
major
makes
Strong alcohol,
my uncle makes cider. He tried pear cider, that did not go too well. But he makes apple cider. It's like that stuff knocks you on your ass.
See, what a woman.
Tastes
Can we give it
tastes
away?
really nice. You
many
can give it
Danes
away,
actually-
yeah, but you can't
Thank you.
sell it.
You see,
Many
you don't wanna
Danes
make-
actually brew the stuff that Americans call mead. That is, but we have our traditions from the northern times, where from the Viking Age, and a lot of Danish people actually just sell that stuff and maybe keep a bottle of 2 for themselves.
I actually have a recipe from that age, and I've been meaning to make it. I just have to find a nice place to do it.
And then we have one alcoholic drink that no one else but Danes drink,
Which
and
is
it's called schnapps.
Oh, schnapps.
schnapps. Get drunk. I drink schnapps.
Oh,
Like schnapps. Schnapps.
schnapps.
Fun.
I've seen Irish people try
Schnapps.
it, Americans try it, British, Germans. None of them like it. I wonder why.
I have drinking my weight in schnapps before. Oh, yes.
Mint schnapps isn't bad.
Well,
There's
what
German,
kind of schnapps was it?
Mint, and I've also had peppermint.
I've had quite a bit. Like,
There's a German schnapps called
Yeah,
Apfelkorn.
but this is specifically Danish schnapps. It's made in another way.
Oh,
Send me some and I'll try it.
yeah, and me.
Yeah.
I will
Send us some.
attempt to chug the thing if you send me some. I will record that shit or do it in the Hangout.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell
I
you
will
what, yeah,
send you
send
guys
us
a
some.
picture of the most common schnapps in Denmark.
okay.
And if you can find it, you are more than welcome to try it out.
I'm
That's
excited.
a challenge.
I accept your challenge.
So do I.
That's
There you
it. I will send it in the Discord
Never
server.
challenge an Irish girl to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already seen Irish people drink it, and they
Although
don't
Red-
like
Have
it.
you ever seen an Indian drink it? Because this Indian motherfucker is really tempted.
Yep, I have.
Red.
What?
We have to make a deal though. If we each manage to find it, we'll make sure everyone knows where to get it as well in the UK, and we have to wait until we're on a hangout with Jeff before we open the bottles.
I've just sent the
Seven.
picture under shit posting in the server.
Okay. Da, da, da.
That is the most common schnapps in Denmark.
Allenborg. Okay.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
actually the city. I live right outside that city, actually.
Okay. I will have to go check it out.
In Denmark, there is usually 2 ways of drinking it.
I've got it.
Either you drink it right from the freezer or at room temperature. When you put it in the freezer, you will
Red?
actually.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, you beat me
When you
to
put
it.
it in the freezer, a lot of the strong
Amazon.
taste will fade away. Whereas those are really strong at room temperature. So I would recommend to try it at room temperature instead, because there you get the full-on taste of what it actually tastes like.
I put it in ship posting, led.
I will take that to my local liquor store, show them the picture, and say, "Order me this."
Buy me this.
Yeah.
Find me this.
Oh no, I've done that before. That's how I got a
Locate this
bottle
for
of Conor McGregor's whiskey. I was just like, I need a bottle of proper 12. Like, all right, there's only one case in the entire state. We'll get 3 bottles. I'm like, good.
Nice.
It's actually really good whiskey.
The
Oh, and it's
stupid
on
thing,
Prime as well. So if I ordered it like today, I could have it by tomorrow.
I
the
can't order it
stupid thing
today.
about it is
Neither can
only
I.
about 13 pounds here in Denmark.
Wow.
Yeah, it's alcohol like that is really cheap. That is around the normal for what for the low end. I'm here to get drunk stuff.
So,
Right.
Yeah. See,
yeah,
now we
would that
have
be our Wild
Stella.
Hour Rose?
Strongbow.
Which is about $16.50. That
Hey,
is very
Jeff.
normal here, and
Yo.
you can get a flask of
What
vodka
do you-
even cheaper.
Will the American equivalent of that be something like Mad Dog 2020 or Wild Irish Rose?
Of Alborg?
Yeah, like something cheap that comes in a large quantity that's decent. Decently powerful?
Maybe I don't know, man. I'm thinking it's probably gonna taste way different.
Well, I'm not talking about taste. I'm
Yeah.
like something that's you can get drunk as shit off of that you can get
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of.
yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
I remember
that is
correctly,
most of the Danish alcohols. Most of the Danish alcohols range from about $13 upwards about $37.
I like how it translates to the spirit of life, or the
Yeah.
water
Well-
of life.
Aquavit.
Yeah,
One
Well,
word.
one of the phrases for whiskey in Irish literally translates to holy water.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because that's because it is. I was just saying
Yeah.
they're talking about cheap kind of beers and that will get you drunk very quickly. One word. Strongbow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No. Two
Two
words. I would have
reserves.
raised
When
you,
you
Ed.
drink this stuff,
Yep.
you can't split it in two. You have to drink your glass in one sip.
It's a shot.
White
It's a shot.
lightning.
Oh, that stuff is vile.
I swear, someone would walk in my bedroom, see me pulling out all this alcohol, they swear I'm an alcoholic.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
same here. I have to hide my alcohol. I have to keep it in my room.
I live
It's
with,
like
I live
I've
with
got-
a drunk who has no self-control, so I have to hide all of my liquor.
I just live with someone who constantly thinks that my alcohol's his, and I'm just like, fuck's sake, you did it again.
Okay.
So I have bottles
I'm-
of Bells. I have Rumbillion rum. I have Jack Daniels. I've got Tullamore Dew. I've got
All right.
Gordon's
This-
gin, ciders.
This
And a bottle
liter
of
of
Malibu.
Tennessee Fire
Not
was
entirely sure where that
25
came from.
bucks.
Not entirely.
That was 25
Where it came
bucks.
We have
25 bucks.
This is just in my bedroom. This isn't counting the rest of what's in the house.
This was like $1. Tiny.
yeah.
This was like $2 or $3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was 33 something after tax.
Shit.
Absolute. Oh, dude.
And this was 30.
That's what you drink when you want to get fucked.
Oh, proper 12.
That is something I really love about the Danish way of listing prices and stuff like that. Is when I go to Copenhagen,
Don't do it. Don't. It's
if
It's a plastic bottle.
prices
okay. It's plastic.
that are
All right.
listed out
Okay
there,
then.
that is including all taxes and everything, so we don't have to put on extra stuff when it is.
Yeah.
We
It makes everything so much easier.
in the United States, like it depends on the state. Some states are really strictly regulated, like Oregon. All the prices have to be the exact same across the entire state. So if you see like, hey, we're having a sale today for blah 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 is going to be this much off, you could go down the road to the other liquor store and they have the exact same sale going because it's actually dictated by the state. But
Yeah.
Outlook, that Aquavit is actually they sell it here in town. I can go get myself one.
Oh, I would like to see you drink it. That is one thing. I would like to see you drink it.
Okay.
Okay, to show how much of a beer drinker I'm not, this little bag here holds all of the beer caps of every beer I've drank since I was 18.
Damn.
Well, I drink this right now, which is my favorite beer.
I drink all of this. It just depends on my mood.
Yeah, you see, I'm like you, dude. I mean, I like Jack. I
Seriously,
like
there?
vodka,
French beer?
Captain Morgan's.
Yep.
There's a white rum. There's some white rums that are quite good. I like spirits, basically. I don't like beer and cider.
I like cider. I can't drink beer anymore. I used to be able to drink it, like there was, no end to it. However, I can't do that anymore.
Some of the fruit ciders are okay, but I prefer spirits. I don't know why.
Whoops.
I prefer.
I prefer spirits.
The only way I don't have a crippling hangover anymore is if I drink like spirits.
Yeah.
I try and drink beer, and I just have a fucking terrible time the next day. And
I have never had a hangover.
yeah, I hate you.
Yeah.
Jeff, can we ban her from the server for a couple of days? Just
I might have to actually.
I've never had a hangover.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
see,
stop it as well.
I upset Boaty. He left the chat. I say that is like Boaty's left this call.
Fuck you!
But no, I have never had a hangover, and I've been drunk enough to get a tattoo and not remember getting it done.
Oh shit!
And
Please
I
tell
did
me
not
it was
have a
on your
hangover.
face.
Well,
Oh, I don't have a tattoo on my face.
Oh,
I've been so drunk that I ended up in Manchester, in England.
Fuck.
Oh,
I just
ooh.
smacked myself
we
in the
went
knee
through
with a bottle of
France.
whiskey.
Well, that wasn't very smart, was it?
That hurt.
Well, we were drunk. Very drunk.
Yeah, as you tend to be in Manchester.
No, my favorite football team is there, so I'm fine.
red or blue?
Red. Always red.
I used
The
to live
red
in a
is the only
neighborhood
way.
that if you wore that color, you'd get shot.
But
yeah.
But yeah, we ended
just
up
have
in
we just
Manchester
have
after
football hooligans.
about 5 days of constant drinking.
Oh yeah.
And
Sounds like
we
my
went
uni
to a
days.
football match, and then we drank some more, and ended up in Denmark again.
You don't remember how you got home.
1.5 weeks around trip,
Fucking great.
and I didn't have a hangover after that.
I've never had
Wow.
one, regardless of how much I drank or what alcohols I've mixed while drinking.
Yeah, it's the same. Same.
Depending on what it like,
never had a hangover.
If I drink like a bunch of Smirnoff Ice or Mike's Hard Lemonade or something, all that does is make me want to take a piss more. But if it's just
That just
straight,
makes me. Those drinks are just pure sugar. They just make me
Yeah.
completely hyper.
like
It's
for me,
like
I just
my
get a piss.
housemate. Yeah, it's like my housemate absolutely loves WKD. I'm just like, oh, she's drinking fruit juice again.
Yeah.
Oh dear God! I remember the first time I've had a drink of a bunch of those fucking fruity shit mixed together. Like it was at my friend's birthday party. He's this big old 6'4", like 260 pounds, big old boy, country as all hell. And he's like, "Oh, here, you want to try this?" Hands me a cup, and it was the Blue Cake UV, whatever the fuck alcohol that is.
Blue Wicked.
It was a Pinnacle vodka because it tastes like vanilla. Then it was a bunch of different like flavored rums, and the only one I saw a bottle for was coconut rum. I took a drink, and it tasted like you mixed all the flavors of fucking Kool-Aid together. I'm like, what? I was like, what sorority girl bullshit did you just hand me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I started
It's
cussing
like-
him out, and like his grandfather walks in. He's passed away now, and his grandfather like leans over, hands me a bottle of Jack's, like, here, take a swig of this to rinse your palate. And I was like, thank you, cowboy. I needed that.
I went to a
But
party a
it's
couple
like-
weeks ago, and we drank a lot. We somehow got through
Drank a
half a bottle
lot.
of Jaeger.
There's no quantity. It's just a lot.
Yeah, half a bottle of Jaeger. Between us, there was a lot of vodka getting drunk. There was other shots being done as well that I can't remember.
It was alcohol. Someone put it in your hand and you drank it. That's all you need
Pretty
to know.
much, that's how it went.
That's pretty much how my nights out go.
Thing I've ever seen in my life. The link that you sent me, that you sent on the server, with where you can buy the Aalborg Tafellager.
Yeah.
Amazon, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't ship to Denmark.
Oh god.
That's amazing.
What the fuck?
Oh dear God! Like I
Doesn't
fucked
fit
my
together.
cousin over one time. Like him and all his college friends. Like they know that I know how to mix drinks because I'll admit to this. I love the show Bar Rescue.
Yes, I love that show.
And they like teach you how to make certain cocktails and drinks or whatever. And I like experimenting with shit, so I kept making them Irish car bombs, just one after another, after another, after another, after another. And
Are they still
eventually,
alive?
yes, but they were all throwing up about the fourth one.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
like
sounds about right.
there was this fucking chick who was about 8 car bombs in who was perfectly fine. And meanwhile, I'm laughing my ass off at this.
I was gonna say that chick's usually me.
I was like, she was a redhead with freckles, so she could have been a younger you from the past.
I'm a brunette, thank you very much. The only time I've not been a brunette is when I used to dye my hair black.
So why
in aforementioned emo days?
What, last week?
Shh. Well, you were about to ask me a question, Wald. What was it?
I can't remember. It's not important.
Was it, why is my name Red Royals?
Yeah.
Because the cigarettes I smoke are Royals Red.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's
she has
literally
an unhealthy obsession with Jessica Rabbit. As do
I
most
love
people.
Jessica.
There's no such
I
thing
don't
as
think
an
there's
unhealthy obsession.
Yeah, you can't have an unhealthy obsession with Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit is awesome. Although if she was a real person, she would fall over every 2 minutes because she's so completely kind of disproportioned.
You know, I have a friend of mine. His girlfriend is very LA, very, very, very LA, and she has augmented herself to be almost completely Jessica Rabbit. Like
I thought you were going to say that he had boobs the size of Jessica Rabbit.
No.
I will admit that's where my mind went.
We went out for some food at one point, and she's not always this bad, but like she only will eat like a real meal every now and then. Like we went out to eat when she wasn't really supposed to be eating according to her crazy strict diet, and I saw her legit order a side salad, squeeze the lemon onto the greens, and then like very carefully, slowly eat lettuce, and that was it.
Okay, I may be vegan, but I eat more than lettuce, and there's a place near me that does the best vegan junk food. It's amazing. I went there on Sunday, and I had my first hot dog for the first time in like 18 years. There, and
there's that kind of place that seems to be growing a lot because there's one in my town as well now.
Oh no, this place has been around for years. It's like it was its 10th birthday. Nice. But they've always done that same kind of food. It's the epitome of junk food. But it's completely vegan, but it is so bad for you.
Let's see. Last Sunday, I ate an entire pack of hot links. Let's just see. I think there's like 10 hot links in a pack. I ate 4 burgers, 5 pieces of grilled catfish. I had cornbread, baked beans, collard greens, and some watermelon.
I think if I ate that much, people would think I'm pregnant again.
What happened was a lot of that food was made at a black people cookout, and so it was like the best food you could possibly fucking get. Because then old grandmamas and great grandmamas and great great grannies, like they know how to fucking throw down in the kitchen, son. Like, whew.
Yeah, I do hear that.
It's like, and like in a matter of seconds, the table goes from empty to full. And then once everybody's done eating, in a matter of seconds, the table's empty again, and they're like setting up fucking card games. Like you got 5 motherfuckers shooting dice in the corner. Like the old people are getting together for a game of dominoes. Like, and everybody is betting on everything. Like you will leave there rarely, really poor,
or really rich.
What you're doing.
No, because you're gonna keep playing until you fucking lose all your money. And like, there's gonna be that one really old uncle who just has everybody's money.
There's one place I went to was a bit like that. It was a barbecue I went to a few years back, and there was a lot of people. There was people playing with thermite at one point in the garden.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, there was fire breathing at one point as well. That was fun. But then I started doing
amazing.
I've wanted to try that, but I'm too chicken shit.
No, do you know what?
That is the problem. If you go chicken shit
Doctor, shut up!
If you go chicken shit, it will hurt you. You have to do it all the way.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going to do it, because I know that I would actually end up hurting myself doing it. So that's why I'm just not going to.
The worst bit about it is you get the kind of burps afterwards if you're not careful, and you burp, and you still get that kind of taste back in your mouth. It's horrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that I would. I know that I would kind of fuck it up and hurt myself, which is why I'm just going, nah, I'll just watch. It's fine. I'll watch.
But no,
I'd rather play it safe. Yeah. I've walked on coals before. That I've done.
Please tell me he did. Oh, he didn't. He didn't yet. Okay. Damn. Well, I'm jealous of Dark Matter. Dark Matter got blocked by Stephanie Molly meme, but I haven't yet.
Oh.
I've always been blocked by him.
I'm very upset. One of these days, I will get banned by both. I will get blocked by Dave Rubin, and Stephanie Molly meme. One of these days, but so far, nothing yet.
Which will make you happier?
Both of them. It wasn't very hard either.
Yeah. What's up, Red?
I was saying, which one will make you happier?
Oh, Dave Rubin. 100. 100.
Is that because you've actually met him and you actually know him?
It's because he betrayed Jeff's heart. He broke his achy, breaky heart.
It's because Dave broke my fucking heart. That it really is. Like I tried to. Somebody like got up in my shit about it a few days ago. They were like, "Oh, you're just like a butthurt fucking butthurt Becky or some shit." I think it's where I actually
I saw that
butthurt Becky, and that's when I started using it about Dave Rubin. I'm like, no, I am. I actually legitimately am. I will freely admit that I'm 100% a butthurt Becky about Dave. I believed in that fucker. I really did. I believed in him, and he's a prick. He's a piece of shit. He's a liar. I don't like him. So, yeah.
But you're not allowed to say that because it's an opinion other people don't share.
Oh, fuck me. All right.
God, you're forgetting the rules, Jeff.
No, I know.
Forgot the rules.
I don't remember what I said to Ruben to get blocked, but I did ask Stefan Molyneux why does he just fucking shave his head all the time because she's already fucking completely bald.
Yeah.
And he blocked me for it, and I was like, oh well.
It's a dumb thing to block over. Like, I understand that some dudes are insecure, but if you're a person on the fucking internet doing this internet shit, you can't be that sensitive. You can't.
Everybody who hates him has made a fucking balding joke at some point or other.
Yeah.
Thing is, if you're going to be on the internet like that, you've got to get a thick fucking skin.
Yeah.
You can't be offended by everything. It's just like you've got to grow a thick skin.
There's one exception to that.
It's the same as any kind of thing.
There's one exception to that rule. And Jeff, you've had videos on this guy before. You've actually had a major kind of blowout with this guy before, and he's getting worse.
Who?
Onion Boy.
Onion Boy. Yeah.
Onion Boy.
Oh my god.
No, Onion Boy. Rat-tat-tat. I still have that video somewhere because I managed to actually screen capture that, and I still have it somewhere.
The image of Jeff as a Rattata from Pokemon is probably my favorite fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
So good. That one was pretty good.
I want that as my text message alert.
I also had somebody at one point being like, "Dude, you peaked during Dr. Phil." And I'm like, "Nah, I peaked during Rat-a-tat-tat, dude."
That was amazing.
Yeah.
You said in that short, however long it was, you said what everybody has ever wanted to say to him,
and it felt real good. It felt real good to say.
I could see it. I could see
it.
There's
people now saying that same shit about him, and I'm like, yeah, Jeff got there first.
Well,
it's just like, you're a couple of years late.
To be fair, the most honest thing said about Onision ever, and I hate to tie it to this individual because he's a scummy, worthless human being, is when Andy Worski had Repsion, Jeff, and Blair on just to watch his videos and take the utter piss out of him because that was the funniest thing.
I remember those streams.
That was a really funny one. You know what's so weird about that stream? That stream. Me, Repsion, Blair, and Andy actually sat down and we started talking about doing like a once or twice a month show, and we were really serious about it. We were 100% on board. It didn't happen mostly because of scheduling. Like at that time, Blair was getting really big and she was getting a lot of like media coverage, so she was traveling a lot. Repsion was about to go back to school, so he wasn't.
He's doing really well, isn't he?
He's doing great.
He's I think he's about to graduate.
Yeah, about to graduate. He could,
I know some videos have paid for his tuition.
yeah,
He's fully admitted that the AdSense from those videos has paid his tuition. So he's just like, thanks.
You can even like watch the progression of how it happened. He was like, yeah, dude, I'm really having trouble paying for my school. And then like he goes and he makes like 3 videos on Repsil, and he's like, wow, my school's paid for. This is great.
Yeah, he's just like, I've just paid my last semester's tuition. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. But I just think it's funny because what I ended up doing instead was making the Saints with Nick. And
which we very much thank you for.
I'm really happy. Yeah.
I can't believe it's been 18 months.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
At least since you've been on Twitch.
Yeah.
It was 18 months ago that you started on Twitch.
That's really weird. Time is going way too fast.
And it's 2 years since you made your Twitch. Nearly. Well, next month it will be.
Yeah.
I would say love the Onision thing that you did on him, but one thing I love even more is to see him dig his own grave on YouTube right now.
Yes.
Have you seen some of the titles on his videos?
Oh my god.
Fucking hilarious. Exposing my emo girlfriend. Really sad news. Am I gay? Bye, Jeffrey. My wife
I am
died
no
of
longer
cancer.
married.
That's all, folks. This has to stop. Why?
Have you seen he's going around like copywriting, striking like videos?
Oh,
yeah.
He did it to Repsion.
Like he's got he hit 2 of his, but if he hasn't done anything, because see Repsion's appealed it, which then I think he Onision then has to get a court order or something like
and
that.
If he doesn't, Onision is going to take him to court.
But no, if Onision doesn't provide that paperwork and that order, then the strikes get removed. And I think it was the 27th and the 29th, so those strikes should be gone by now.
And if he forged documents again, Repsion was going to take him to court anyway. He'd be like, hey, clearly forged.
He has
Repsion's planning it. Because I saw a video on Repsion from Repsion. I will be taking Greg's support over this because this has lost me money. And
he said download all of my videos.
My God, who the fuck watches this shit? Oh my God, it's so awful.
Apparently his views are really bad.
Yeah, Onision.
It's just
apparently his views are really bad now. He's done it to himself.
In the last week or so, that sounds something in the line of I might delete this video. Specifically, I need to delete this video and might delete this video.
Have you guys watched people review his books on YouTube by any chance?
Yes.
There's people that keep coming up in like my recommended that say I read Onision's book and they're like 3 hours long. I'm like, nah, I can't listen to someone talk about Onision's intent.
His is about an hour long for each one of the books. He may split into a couple parts. I think it's Crimson Rogue or something like that. And he like goes through and he marks like, okay, this is a hole in the plot. This is where his grammar's fucked up. No punctuation here. And he shows what the different color tabs are for. And at the beginning of the video, he shows you Onision's book, and every page has like 8 fucking tabs, and most of it's for grammar. And it's just like, he's like, you claim to be a writer, yet your grammar is worse than a 3rd grader.
Speaking of buying books, everyone needs to go buy Jeff's book.
Yes.
I'm reading it. I've been reading it.
Everyone needs to go buy Jeff's book. Ezra Holiday on Amazon. Everyone needs to go buy it.
You know what really pissed me off with Onion Boy though?
Made yet another video complaining about Blair White. What the fuck, dude?
What really pisses me off about Onion Boy? Well, there's a lot of things that piss me off with him.
Everything?
Yeah, apart from everything.
Apart from the fact that he's alive and then he talks and then
he
breathes.
He goes
using
on
my
about
oxygen.
How he's polyamorous and shit. It's like, no, you're just a fucking prick.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really like to necessarily say too much about like other people. It's it's not really any of my business, but like here's the problem with Onision, and I tried to explain this to him actually a few times. It's that what we see and what we get from Onision isn't good. It's
No.
not good. So maybe he does have like this very loving, sweet, polyamorous relationship and all this and all that. It doesn't look like it. And there's no reason for anybody to judge it in any other way because
That's what I mean.
that's all we get,
That's where I'm at with it. It's on the same page as you did. It's just,
and he's the dude who controls that. Like he
there
is
was
the
one
person who
thing-
controls what we see.
one thing
Yeah.
he did with an ex was he gave her a choice of 3 punishments, apparently.
Oh my
And one of them was
Yeah,
to be chained in the basement to the radiator for a
by
week.
her neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you've got to like have like this really fucked up corporal punishment, which isn't the fun, kinky, let's do this and have sex way. It's just overly extreme. It's kind of makes Christian Grey look like he's a virgin, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I've
One of the
actually
things that I
talked.
find really, really funny is that the reason he's back on YouTube is because he tried to go to full Patreon at a certain point. So
Yeah.
only videos on Patreon, and that didn't work out. So he's
No.
back on YouTube.
Like I know people who are into some really kinky, really fucked up shit. A lot of that I've come to know people through Tentacle Bound. If you see this, buddy, have fun in Japan. Good luck quitting cold turkey. And like I've talked to these people and like Onision will talk about doing this to a person. I'm like, oh no, that's not a kinky. This is hot thing. That's just being fucking abusive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I know this shit.
He just
Like and
makes
I know
me just
females like
he-
getting slapped in the face during sex, and like, no, that's just abusive. That's not kinky at all.
You know what
He's
drives
just
me crazy though? Like I look
icky.
he is. He's icky
He's
as
just
fuck.
icky. That's the only way to describe him is just icky.
Icky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could have like a fucking drama commentary channel. It would be so fun to just fucking bitch about this shit all the time.
You do though. It's called the monthly hangout.
And have fun.
I do not want to do it. It's such a pain in the ass. YouTube's already enough of a giant trash fire. I don't need to make it anymore.
And well, look, if you did that, people would be like, oh, but you used to get mad at Andy and all those IBS people for doing the same damn thing.
Yeah. You just get called a hypocrite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
Because Andy's a dick.
Even more so than you are now.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's not wrong. I get called a hypocrite all the fucking time.
Oh yeah.
Like I see that on Twitter or in other Discord servers. I'm like, how? Like how? Also, why don't you like Jeff? Oh, I heard he said this one thing this one time like 3 years ago. I'm like, fucking ask him. He's not that hard to get a hold of.
It's just like you message him.
Another 20
It might take
million-
him a couple of days to realise that he's got a message, but he will respond.
It's
Maybe.
another 20 million plus
More or less.
audience where
More or less.
thousands of people watch him every single day.
If you're lucky,
He's
a couple of
not
days
that
if you're
hard.
lucky.
Yeah.
I know, brainwash. I'm sorry.
It's so sad.
Brainwash has sent me so many messages, and I keep meaning to write him back. And shit. I keep reading them. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta write brainwash back. Oh shit, hang on, I gotta do this first.
I do
I
that
must
all
be-
the fucking time with people. Like, oh, I got this text message, and a month later, it's like, shit, I didn't respond.
That's me. That is actually me.
That's me.
Although
Like,
I'm I must be special because I always get a response from Jeff.
I'll sit down to like reply to somebody's text message or DM on Discord or whatever, or their tweet, and then I'll get distracted by, oh hey, that's a shiny thing outside. What's that? Completely
That's me.
fucking forget.
That is
Yep.
me.
Me
It's
too.
like, oh,
That's
shiny.
all of that.
Yeah.
I do that shit at work. Like I'll be putting something on the shelf. I have to check somebody out, so I carry like what I'm stocking and put it on the register. And then even when I worked at a restaurant, I try to make small talk with somebody. Like a lot of people could be having a bad day, make them laugh a little bit, be a little bit nice. Hey, they're nicer next time they come in or whatever. And like I'll go to walk off and to talk to them, and I have like a stack of like makeup or whatever I'm supposed to be stocking on my fucking register, and I keep coming back and like forgetting what I'm supposed to put that shit up.
That's right. I'll be in the middle of work in someone's account and I'll just see something like out the window because I sit next to the window because I've got specialist equipment and that on my desk. And I'll see something out the window and I'll just sit there and I'll just like stare outside for 5 minutes and I'll be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing this.
I was mopping one night and we have this wild kitten. It's not feral. This kitten is straight wild. Like nobody can get near him, and it's the most crafty little son of a bitch in the world. Like he was staring at me through the locked doors while I was mopping. It's like I'm like slowly mopping while staring at this cat. We're having a fucking staring contest, and they're like, "Hey, you done mopping yet?" I'm like, "Oh shit, no, sorry, I'm staring at the cat."
It's like I'm having a staring contest with a cat. It's more important. I must win.
Oh, I was so mean yesterday.
What did you do to a cat? What'd
No,
you do?
it wasn't to a cat. It was to a shitty human being and his
that's all right.
her little prick son.
That's fine.
I was waiting for the bus to go to a doctor's appointment, and I can hear them loud and clear talk about me behind my back. So what I do is when we get on the bus, I sit directly in front of them and just stare at them for 15 minutes without blinking.
Nice.
Saying nothing, not moving. And when they moved about halfway there, I moved with them and started staring at them again.
You know, you're the kind of guy that people write like scary stories about. It's like there's a channel that I've recently found that I absolutely love. It's called Being Scared, and it's literally like 1.5 to 2 hour compilations of just like short scary stories, and there are quite a few of them like that.
I do that quite a lot because I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to, have anything to do with them. I just do this to freak them out a little bit.
You want them to know that you heard them.
Yeah.
I will cut a fucking promo, like full on Attitude Era pro wrestling promo on a motherfucker, like in the middle of public, just because I know they were talking shit or like they're making fun of like a kid in a wheelchair, like they're just being dicks to old people. Like I will fucking shred their very existence. Everybody's laughing. They look like they're gonna cry, and I'm like, "Have a nice day now, you hear?" And just walk off.
What I love doing, what I love is when people forget that I can lip read.
Oh yeah. Oh
God.
Yeah. People forget that I lip read, and then it's like they've been talking shit about someone, and I'm just standing there, and they're like, "Ah, shit." I'm like, yeah. Yeah. What are you going to give me to keep quiet?
Mm-hmm.
I was
at one point. There was.
I want to point something out here. Some of you may know that I've lost my job yesterday, and the most upsetting thing about this is I have to do something about this beautiful mane.
No.
I'm kind of jealous, to be honest.
We've already lost one beard. We can't lose another one.
Well, the beard's not going
No.
away, but I'm gonna have to trim it. I'm gonna have to trim it.
No.
I gotta look like a professional to get a new job. And it's very sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
I wanted to get to 2 years so bad, and I'm so
heartbroken.
close.
I feel for you, brother.
Yeah, me too.
It's more depressing than
I was gonna say if you can afford the move, come work where I do. Nobody gives a shit. You got people with full beards, covered in piercings, tattoos, and all of that. It's a good thing we don't do face tags.
Will they pay for me to move to the UK? Because I will definitely do that.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I'd like to say to the guys in this chat.
Because most companies actually, at least I know here in Denmark and most of Europe, it is if you are hired by a company and then and they require you to move, they have to help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to pay for accommodations. They have to pay for at least. Of the transport.
Not going to get too many more opportunities to stroke this big beard like this.
Guys, I've got to say to the guys in this chat, I'm really sorry. I just got to say, fuck you all. I hate you.
Hey, leave me out of this. I'm too Native American to have a full beard. I get a mustache, chin hair, and sideburns. That's all my ass got.
Fuck you too, dude. Fuck you too.
I'm just glad I don't have to worry about that.
Look at that profile. Look at that profile.
Oh,
Beautiful.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Right, okay, I'll tell you what, guys. Right, it's now the 30th of May. I will
It
need
is
to
indeed.
shave.
Oh fuck!
I'll
It's
need
my
to
brother's birthday
shave
tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Ah,
I've got
shit.
something I need to shave for then. But as of the 1st of June, I will not shave for a month, just so you can see how bad I can't grow a fucking beard.
All right.
Well, to be fair, in my defense, I am just 21, and like I've heard people talk that they couldn't have like grow a beard until they're like 25 and older. So like I'm holding out some hope, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
And I'm sitting here at the
I've
age
worn-
of 23.
I've worn facial hair in some form or fashion since I was 16.
Yeah.
So
same
like
here.
I've always had sideburns. That was the first thing I had. Was like,
That's not real facial hair.
and then the mustache slowly creeped in and changed colors. Like for the
Oh my
longest time, I
God.
had like a really pale red mustache, and then it went to like jet black, like it is now. I'm like, okay, now you can tell I'm not a baby face anymore.
Well, I mean, I started with facial hair about 16 also, and I just kept it. It doesn't look good when I shave it off. So
No, I feel like I look better with the beard than without. Like better than I did when I had the goatee. So
Goatees fit absolutely nobody. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I wore a goatee for years.
Same
Years
here.
I wore a goatee.
Like
Wait.
from the age of 16 to about the age of 8.
Here,
19.
I got pictures. I got pictures.
Was it
actually-
like the full connected goatee, or kind of like the Fu Manchu, or
The full
No, it was a
connected
full
here.
goatee.
oof? That's a hard sell.
Maybe for you.
Yeah.
Most people who like, I have a friend who's a little bit younger than me who has like he has a goatee and he looks like he's fucking 40. It's like,
Man,
dude,
he's 40.
beard or shave it. Like that looks horrible.
Let's see. Let's.
I have to shave every couple of days up here because that is it's not so thick up there, so I just kind of shave it to have a crisp line here.
Yeah.
And I do it with a real barber's knife.
Oh, straight razor.
Yeah.
I'm starting
Like,
to get some of those
full on.
streaks in the beard. I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh, I got a lot of gray in my beard, and I think it makes me look distinguished.
Yeah.
That's right. There's a guy at my work who's got a full-on Gandalf beard.
Nice.
I don't know if you can actually see the gray there, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if you lean back, we can clearly see it. Like it's and it's one clump of gray here. Like
Oh,
some
no,
people's
it's
beard,
everywhere.
Like
It's like-
evenly distributed and looks nice.
it's like one big streak right here of gray,
Yeah.
and then there's like little strands everywhere else.
Yeah, like
I have
it looks like you have frosted beard hairs.
I have the massive problem that when I don't color my beard, it's like all this bit, the goatee part of it is just gray. No mercy on that part. Just gray.
I have to shave because my mustache is jet black. My sideburns are jet black. My chin hair is turning bright red.
That's fantastic.
Wow,
No.
okay.
I wear shirts even when I swim because my arm and leg hair is red. My chest hair is jet black. It's the weirdest looking fucking thing in the world. And I'm not going to shave because I'm not an Olympic swimmer or insert offensive word towards a specific group of people.
All right,
So I don't shave my body hair.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
Canuck.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Good. Y'all are
Oh,
making me
hi,
look-
Canuck.
Oh, hi, Red.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, but Canuck, I like that look. Like that's kind of like an old gunslinger beard that they have in westerns.
I was inspired by Uncle Ted.
Oh, yeah.
Right, buffalo.
Hell yeah. That right there, that is peak masculinity. All right.
Like, Jeff's character, Uncle
know what?
Ted,
Fuck
or
this
the
now.
actual great white buffalo.
That's right. I showed a friend of mine one of the many screenshots I managed to get of Uncle Ted. She was like, "Who the fuck is that?" I was like, "That's Jeff Holiday." She was like, "What?"
Dude,
I was like,
keep
"Yeah,
the beard,
yeah,
because
that's him."
It's like you grew like 2 extra chins without it.
That was,
Oh,
I think that was
dude.
part of the point of Uncle Ted, though, wasn't it?
It was. And you know the thing
Yeah.
what's really funny about it too is like Uncle Ted was really good for me because when I shaved and I saw that fucking thing, All right,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm getting a fucking membership to a gym, and I actually
This is
went
motivation.
that day and
It's a
talked to.
motivation.
The
See,
other
Uncle
day,
Ted is good.
The other day,
Uncle
I
Ted is
actually
good.
stopped and shaved completely, and I realized I was getting a double chin again. So now, before my workout, I bike 2.5 miles at like 150 RPM, like on the little bike thing it shows. And then after my 2-hour workout, another 2.5 miles at the same pace, if not higher.
So the my peak goatee is in that picture I just put in the chat there.
Okay, I have to rephrase. Kerry King and Dimebag Darrell had great goatees.
Say this.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's so square.
Right?
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's not doesn't look anything like. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would say I just won't get a shave because I'm afraid to do so. My wife and my children have never seen me without a beard, and I'm afraid I'm getting shot coming back to my home.
Right?
Right? Oh, who's this fucker?
Yeah. Shit.
I actually shaved the other day because I got a haircut, got my mohawk trimmed and all that. You know, got my mohawk looking nice. I was like, you know what? I might change my look a little bit. The little Fu Manchu thing is overplayed. And so my friend Cass was like, shave the soul patch type thing and the mustache off and just leave the chin hair. And I did it. She's like, that looks amazing. I'm like, I look fucking stupid without a mustache. Like, I can't look in the mirror. Or like if I'm playing like Pokemon on DS and like the bottom screen's black, I like angle it away so I don't see my own face. It's like that looks too fucking weird without a mustache. I can't do it.
Oh man, that's a funny ass shit.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have the issue of having to miss any kind of facial hair, which I'm very glad about, to be completely honest.
Some women have full-on fucking beards.
Fair point.
I know. I'm kind of glad that I don't.
My ex-wife had quite a lot of body hair, as it turned out.
Like there's some ladies that come into my job, I have to check out that look like fucking Wookiees, and they smell like Jabba the Hutt's ball sack.
Well, hopefully she had like hairier forearms. They think you're wearing a sweater.
Hey, it's insulation for the winter, okay?
We're gonna need to know.
You.
We're gonna need to know how much hair your ex had, Nick.
Oh, jeez. Well, she had hairier forearms than me.
Oh,
right, show your forearms.
Wow.
She absolutely nared her lip all the time.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Red, it's only a matter of time.
No.
I don't know if she shaved her legs constantly. I would have had to have been down there to find out.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna assume that she wasn't, because
To be fair, shaving your legs every day, that's laborious shit.
She was a very Italian woman. She was very Italian.
So basically, what I'm hearing is your ex-wife during sex would often kind of sound something like this.
I'll be honest with you, Bear. I don't know. I don't know if that's what she sounds like during sex. You had to have sex in order to find
I
out.
thought you were gonna make a joke of having earplugs in or like listening to music on headphones. Like,
nah.
I feel bad about the joke now.
It's okay. You should feel bad though.
I kind of don't. If she's that hairy, you probably didn't.
Your joke was bad, and you should feel bad.
If I make a good joke, hell has froze over.
It's true. It's true.
Just if you want to know if the world's coming to an end, check back. If I make a good joke, then you know we're all fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be any worse than Memory's jokes.
Hey, Memories makes me
no,
laugh.
your jokes are pretty bad too, Jeff. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, my jokes are fucking awful. Holy shit! No, I'm.
Yeah, but your jokes are so bad, they're still funny.
I'm not funny. I don't know. Like, no.
I'm fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Your jokes
People
are
keep
so
telling me that I'm
bad
funny, and I'm just
that
like,
they are
really?
actually good.
Nick, you're just funny looking.
Who, me?
I better as long as I'm memorable. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you really are. It's kind of hard. You're the only guy I
Like
can see around here.
It's like a smell that just won't go away.
I was gonna be nicer and say you're just a really
Like
good
gets in your carpet, and you're like, you're explaining to the new tenants. You're like, well, it's there. Like we've torn the carpet up and put a new one down, and it just doesn't go away. So
we've torn down and rebuilt the house, but the smell is still there.
I was gonna say you're a good brother, but like no, you just have to take it.
It's the spice of life, though, man. You gotta like take that idea and run with it.
Once you get it, you never get rid of it.
That's right.
It's basically what I'm getting is you smell like the thong.
Oh, I don't know. That's just a metaphor. I personally don't. I smell like lavender and roses. You see,
I'm one of those dudes who has to smell good. Like I have this weird thing of like I don't want to smell horrible.
So wait, did you say you?
I don't think anybody really does.
Like oh no, you'd be surprised. I work in retail, lady. Like the people you can fucking smell them the moment they pull in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oof.
Like I want to like knock them unconscious, spray them down with fucking mean green
Lysol,
or an entire thing of bleach, Lysol, Pine Sol, fucking Fabuloso, and then hit them with a goddamn pressure washer. Like, jeez.
I've worked in retail. I've worked in pubs and bars. Yeah, I get that.
I've had stray dogs come in that smell better than these people.
The thing is, I don't realize how bad they smell, and it's like, ugh.
Well, they're nose blind to it.
Well,
True.
that
and it's just
like
like
realize that they smell horrible when everybody's 6 feet behind them in the line, and there's roaches falling out of their clothes.
Oh,
that's a bit much.
Like full on small cockroaches, like infest entire fucking apartment blocks. Like I'm not talking.
No.
That's not even the grossest thing. Like we've had a freezer go out. It was full of the microwavable spaghetti and all that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff was completely thawed out by the time I threw it in the dumpster. It was 98 degrees without humidity. It was out there for probably at least 2 hours. Somebody stole all 12 bags of that food off the top of the dumpster.
Oof.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, when you're hungry and you're desperate.
There's
I was gonna say.
These are just junkies. The homeless people, they stay in the churches. Like they know where to go. The churches you can stay in the church, get food. The junkies, on the other hand,
the homeless people have standards.
Yes, they do. They don't go near the dumpster. Like the grocery store next door has a meat department. All of their bad cuts of meat, all their rotten meat, or like the fat trimmings, whatever, they throw in our dumpster, and it has been sitting there for 3 days in 95+ degree heat. In direct sunlight in a fucking dumpster.
So Frank will be all over that shit, basically, right?
Huh?
Saying Frank will be all over that, wouldn't he, Jeff?
Yeah, Frankie, what's his face would be all over that, mate.
Vegan Gains would probably.
Oh God, Frankie Tefano.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Hey, is Vegan Gains?
He'd be all over it.
Yeah, all right, there, buddy. You gonna be okay? It's just a little rotten meat, man.
I think
okay.
I think we broke Jeff a little bit, but you know.
God.
Like it's not just rotten. We throw all like.
It'll be sickly sweet. It'll be all right.
No, you gotta think of all the trash from the bathrooms, all those people who took shits and wiped their ass, all that's in there stewing, and the juices in the bottom.
Oh,
right.
stop!
The video
that's a bit much.
That Jeff made is the only video from him that I can't see again. I've seen it once. I don't need to see it again. Every other video I can watch again and again, but not that one.
That guy made me disgusted, and I watch Bear Grylls do disgusting shit for laughs.
Yeah, I don't know. That dude's pretty bad.
I've definitely seen Bear Grylls take like an elephant dung and just like wring it out into his mouth. That was pretty bad.
Oh,
yeah. He's trying to teach people to survive and shit. If you're thirsty enough, you'll drink shit water.
There's water in the poo, so there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't surprise me. It's Bear Grylls.
I don't know. I'd rather die.
Yeah.
The whole elephant dung water thing puts a whole new meaning to the term waterfalls. It really does.
Good.
I'm not even sorry.
That's good. No, I approve.
I like it. I like it.
Anyway.
Ugh, makes me quite glad I've already eaten tonight.
Yeah.
Because I sure as hell wouldn't be hungry after that.
I still haven't had breakfast, and it's 4:20.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I have to quit smoking weed for a while.
I have to quit fucking drinking here. I'm very depressed about it. But
How many times have we heard that one before?
No. Like I'm getting myself
detoxing.
I'm
You're on the detox.
I'm detoxing a little bit because I wanna be in better shape for VidCon this year.
Yeah.
I'm
so
so
after
glad that I can't
VidCon,
get there.
okay, so after VidCon, the drinking comes back.
Oh
Gotcha.
yeah. Oh fuck. Come on.
Hold on. What's the old,
drunk Jeff?
What's the
I
journal
was
you
gonna
find
say.
Skyrim say? Oh yeah, what's a Nord without his what's a Nord without his meat?
He's gonna lower his tolerance level before VidCon, so we'll get floor Jeff every day.
That's a thing. Probably. Yeah.
But see, now you have to allow yourself the roundup.
Oh yeah. Well, no. That's
Even if you don't drink all month, then you have to allow yourself the roundup. That's like
Right.
your treat for being good for the whole month.
He can do mixed drinks.
My goal. I don't want to do mixed drinks. Mixed drinks usually make me feel worse. Like straight liquor is honestly the best because I don't get hangovers and it's lower calorie than like putting in some soda or something. But what I want to do
That's true.
is after the roundup tomorrow.
But it doesn't make you bloat either.
No, it doesn't make you blow. After the
It
roundup
doesn't make you
tomorrow,
bloat.
I want to try to avoid alcohol as much as I can, unless I'm going camping with my family. I get to drink at the campfire. Like that's just that'd be cruel.
No,
Not to be
alcohol
to
that
be
is
allowed to.
infused with habanero or jalapenos, unless you have milk on hand. We don't want to repeat it last time.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
Well, look, okay. Let's not think about that.
What had happened was
We don't mention that. We don't mention that.
Yeah, that was the dark times.
That was a great story. I've never laughed so hard.
Come back at me when you've eaten the Carolina Reaper.
Oh God. Oof.
From South Carolina, just across the border from me.
It was
Sometimes oof
horrid.
is the only thing you need.
Yeah, Carolina Reaper's not. It doesn't even taste good. At least ghost peppers taste good.
Yo, ghost pepper
Ghost
chicken.
peppers add a lot of heat, but also they add an amazing aftertaste.
Yeah, like ghost pepper
in
chicken
the
wings are the
food.
shit. And not those boneless chicken wings, because those are chicken nuggets, you little fuck boys.
Damn right. Chad wing for life.
It's not a chicken wing.
That was super aggressive about. You've got some strong opinions about chicken nuggets.
Oh, you missed the whole. You missed the whole thing. Well, that was what last year. Wasn't it?
Bone-in versus boneless chicken wings is the only goddamn food argument.
Look, if it's not a chicken wing if it doesn't have a bone in it. I'm sorry. It's
a
just
chicken nugget.
how that works.
Yeah. That's math.
Yeah.
I have no opinion. I don't care.
Well, you're also sneaky.
I
The only
have no
chicken wings
strong
you can
opinion
get are
one way or
chicken.
the other.
Exactly. No, Zerka's just said it right. You know, I'm vegan. I don't care.
Tell
Your
my
chicken wings
wife I said hello.
Yeah.
Fuck. Jeff, you and Nick might be interested in this. A local cafe where I live, they have chicken and waffle bites. It's basically pieces of like popcorn chicken, but it's coated in waffles and deep fried.
That
And
sounds incredible.
the best meal I've gotten from there, they have house fries, which basically is like a spice, like kind of like Cajun seasoning and a little bit of sugar on the fries.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
The chicken and waffle bites with butter pecan syrup on the side.
Mm.
And it's like homemade butter pecan syrup, not the store-bought shit.
Right.
It was
Well,
like,
we
oh my god.
what we think about
He's stroking the beard, thinking about if he like accidentally dripping some syrup in there.
Or Warren, I'm sorry.
Warren's there, and he's like, "Fuck you."
I was like, all right. So here was the plan for my beard. This was what I was planning on doing. I wanted to get brass clasps, and I was gonna braid it and do like a dwarven Like just something really cool, like one big braid down the middle with a big brass clasp, and then like two little ones coming off the side. It was going to be
great.
Fucking awesome.
What?
I'm so mad.
That'd be awesome.
I remember when Jeff's beard for so long, he used to braid it into two little ones.
Yeah, I had when I went.
What happened to that?
Dr. Phil happened.
I just got tired of it.
No, they went long before Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I trimmed it before then. I just
wasn't around the same time you got rid of the dreads.
I got rid of the dreads. I want to say. I want to say I got rid of the dreads a little bit after I had switched to just having like a regular beard, and then a few months before the Dr. Phil thing. But when
it was like just off. It was like February before Dr. Phil, wasn't it? Because I remember you just appeared on Twitch, and I was just like, "What the fuck have you done?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we were
just
all
like,
like making fun
what
of
did
you
you
for
do?
months.
I was, just like, I was in shock. I was like, "What did you do?"
When Mims
I'm
posted
so
on
mad
Facebook
at Twitch at the moment.
YouTube, or no, it was Instagram when Mims posted about all of her hair changes. I'm like, oh, it's so different, but it looks really good actually.
Yeah, Mims' hair looks really good.
Yeah, I'm so mad at Twitch because when everybody else that I follow on Twitch goes live, I get a notification, except for Jeff.
Really?
I get nothing.
I forgot I follow Jeff on Twitch. It's been so long since I used Twitch.
I love Twitch.
Speaking of Twitch,
I'm thinking about starting a channel.
It's great.
Well,
Yeah, I've been thinking about making some a gaming stream and also a little bit of a talking stream where I talk with people from around the world about stuff that happens around the world. And,
I'd be interested in that.
European perspective versus the American perspective on all things.
On
well, it's
everything.
quite clear. The Americans,
like to do
apart
that,
from Jeff, are always wrong.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold on.
Hey.
We're talking about America here. We're the greatest country in the world. I need you to show some respect.
Okay. Right, there is absolutely zero evidence. There is zero evidence to support that statement. In fact, America is
I know.
only three things. Number of adults who believe angels are real.
Yep.
Number of incarcerated citizens per capita, and defense spending, where they spend more than the next 26 countries combined. 25 of whom are allies.
23 of them are allies, yeah.
24 of them are allies.
Like, it's... Also, think of it this way. So what? And one of the conflicts with the
English, so good at spending money and putting people in jail.
Yeah, think of it this way: our first president led a mission to cross a frozen river on Christmas to slit people's throats.
Yeah.
All they slept.
Well, yeah. We can do it.
We stole this from the Indians. I mean the Indians.
Right now, all I want to see is like a Team America plane start flying over.
I'm just saying, like I don't see any other flags on the moon.
You know,
well, technically, I have to disappoint you now.
I don't see any flags on the moon.
There's a Viking launch.
Look, we went to the moon with the help of the Germans. So shut up.
It didn't happen. It was fake. Human beings the Nazis had that were smart and made them ours.
Oof.
The moon landings were faked. Everybody knows it. YouTube told me so.
Oh yeah.
Jones told you so. Don't lie.
Moon landing's fake. It's on Facebook, so it must be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that Joe Rogan recently did a podcast with a lady who actually did a book, has done books, and like she has a book called On Operation Paperclip. And on the podcast, she dropped the knowledge bomb that I didn't know, that we actually saved some of those Nazis from the actual prisons before they were going to be hanged.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like these,
already scheduled to be executed. We're like, come over here.
These weren't just like, regular Nazis. These were like war criminals that we fucking grabbed. Oh yeah.
I'm going to repeat the Joe Rogan talking point of Werner von Braun, the man who actually founded NASA, would hang the 10 slowest Jews in front of his rocket factory every day.
Yep. That's a thing.
Oh, she also brought up the dueling scars thing that I forgot about Nazis. Which
I just want to point out that America's never done anything wrong.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
That is
We're
complete
clearly morally
bullshit.
superior.
You know what? It's an interesting one. I mean, I know that was a comedy beat and it was very, very good. But there was that experiment done in, what was it, 63 by Stanley Milgram, who proved that even Americans would just follow orders.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
That was an
Absolutely.
amazing
Oh, we're
experiment.
not.
I
No,
love
no.
that one.
You know, all kidding aside, we're no fucking better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no.
we have these high ideals, but we fall very, very short.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean, every country has the same ideals that they fall short of. You know, Britain's no better.
as long as you don't meet like those extreme Americans that are out there. Some of the Americans
There's a lot of them. There's a statistically significant amount of those people, and it's
Yeah.
like they're just as obnoxious to the rest of us
Oh,
as
yeah.
they are
From
as
the
they are
state
to the rest of the
Texas.
world.
No, we're
Exactly.
with you on that.
and
I remember seeing.
but many of the Americans through the time that I've talked with is some of the nicest people that you can meet because they are so down on the ground normally, at least.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
but that's when they hear an
Americans-
accent like yours or mine. Americans love
Yeah.
us.
They
Yeah.
do. They actually
well,
do.
because we can understand you. You speak our language. You've got a sexy accent. There's a
you.
lot to
I
like
like the
there.
Scandinavian
Oh,
accent.
is that
just
right?
Why, thank
like,
you.
I've heard it my entire life watching movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like some Scandinavian people are hard to tell from others. Their act because their voices is like deep. Their accent sounds the same. But then you get that one Swedish guy who has this really like sing-songy, up and down, like stereotypical Swedish chef like accent. And oh my God, there's endless amounts of fun to be had there.
Well, that is really the thing because when we talk to each other, Danes, Swedes, and Norwegians, most of the time we can actually speak in our native tongue and somewhat understand each other between those three countries.
Yeah, like I've looked into I like bands are from there. They don't always make music in English, and like there's some bands they use certain words that are Swedish and then in Danish.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds like the same thing. So I Google it, and it is the same thing. Oh, okay.
Wasn't it like
Well,
Swedish
is Swedish and Norwegian, and some Icelandic is derived from Danish language. Actually, some of the English that you speak today is actually derived from
English
the
is
Danish
kind
language.
English is kind of one of those like mutt languages that just borrows from a bunch of different languages. It's not a romantic language like Spanish or French or
exactly
Italian.
Like the word window, for example, is derived from vindu in Finnish.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious when you look at some of these words where they came from in English. So
a lot of them are Norse.
There's one word I love.
There's a lot of Germanic too.
Yeah, there's one word I love, which is Germanic, which is defenestrate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to defenestrate my computer.
Defenestrate.
The other one I always love is Schadenfreude.
I always thought about taking like Latin in college, just so I could have like a bit of a skeleton key to the Romantic languages. But
do you see that? There's a funny meme that I forgot to steal. That was basically like the real reason people stopped teaching Latin in school is because in casual conversations you would accidentally summon a demon.
I was gonna say,
if
Ward,
some of you ever wanted
have
to
you
learn
noticed
Danish,
what's
good
behind
fucking luck.
Nick?
What's that?
It's a red curtain.
No.
What are you talking about?
Yes, Liverpool. Yes, well.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if you'd noticed that.
Oh, wrong Nick.
I hadn't.
Yes.
I've just ignored that part because that is just wrong.
What
do you mean that's wrong? What are you talking about?
I'm a Manchester United fan. Do I have
Oh my
to say
God,
more?
Jesus! And I thought there was something about you I didn't
I'd like to say, give him some credit. I know he's a Man U fan, but someone has to be.
So yeah, someone's got to be these
I would
days.
just like to say that I'm a Man City fan and we're the treble champ.
Either, okay?
Oh
I'm
man,
not happy with what United has been through for the last years.
I'm shitting bricks about Saturday.
Nah, don't. We've got it.
I'm
I hope
surrounded by
so.
football
I
talk.
can't. I don't know that I could stomach
All
losing to Spurs. And I know it'll be. I know it's worse over there, but like we have a strong contingent of Spurs fans in our little group where we go into the pub, and they'll be insufferable. They'll be.
Why are San Antonio Spurs playing soccer?
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham's Hotspurs.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not making any predictions. I'm not doing shit like that. No, absolutely not.
So, are we gonna do a are we, if we're gonna all get together and we're all around, are we gonna do a rabbit?
That'd be cool.
I could, yeah.
On a stream of the match.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't. I won't. I will be. I'm actually going to be downtown. I'm a part of my official Liverpool Supporters Club of Charlotte.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm a member of that. I'm also a member of the club proper.
That's fantastic that they have a supporters club over in Charlotte.
Yeah, they have so many supporters clubs around the world, like a lot.
I've ran into fucking Raiders fans who are.
There are 2 supporters clubs in North Carolina, and we're actually talking about helping a third one get started.
Nice.
Oh my god.
There are 2 supporters clubs in South Carolina. There's a bunch in Virginia, a whole shitload of them in New York.
Then why don't Liverpool travel over there more?
Well, they are. They were here. They were in the States last year for the International Champions Cup, the friendly tournament.
Is there every single year.
Well, they're coming back. They're coming back They're coming back again this year. They're going to be in Boston, Chicago, New York, and.
You said it wrong.
What?
You said it wrong. It's Boston.
Oh,
Boston.
So because we have American owners, so they do try to bring them over as often as they can.
Can you keep them?
What's that?
Can you keep them?
I would love to.
I would not, because I support Atlanta United.
Join the American League.
Yeah, can you just kind of keep them, because then I won't have to hear about them anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. So I'm glad I've got another red in here with me, though. It's always nice.
You have terrible timing, Palette. I have to go.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.